All right, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. We are back again. And please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. We are going to go through few things, and we will spend time here. That's what the fact. And please make sure you like the video once you join. Advance, I can see you. This time you always on first. You're always first, but earlier before now we streamed in the morning and you're unable to even attend. So I believe that this is time you have free time, my brother. Nice to see you. And Steve, I see you, Steve. Please make sure you like the video. Please make sure you comment so I can send my greetings to you before we go, into the program proper, and share it to a many platform of your choice. Ike, I see you. And Workbox, I see you. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel, okay? We are going to wait for some time. We're going to wait for some time before we start proper. Frank Gokoye, I see you, Frank. Dixon Idika, this is Idika. I see you. Biafra is the last hope for common man. Frank Okoye said, good evening, Mazakai report. Good evening to you. Mabel, I see you, Mabel. Mabel Igwe. Kai, well done. I see you. Thank you so much. Please, we have spent 1 minute, not 2 minutes. Okay. Greeting everyone. Here we go right on. Here we go right on. Okay. Wait again. Okay, this is 2 minutes. Once it's 3 minutes, we go straight to the program. Kai, you have jumped my comment again. Wow. Sorry, my brother. Good evening. In fact, let me bring it up, okay? Don't be angry. Sorry about it, my Kevin. Okay, you are the Kevin. I called you Ike. That's my mistake. I read your comment. I said Ike instead of Kevin. Sorry about it. Sorry about it. It's Kevin. John Chimeze. I see you, John Chimeze. Oh, it's Kevin. Sorry, my dear. Okay, we are close to 3 minutes. Chibozo. I see you, Chibozo. How are you? John Chimeze said, good evening. May God bless you, my good brother. I salute you. Chimeze already. This is my first time I was reading comment from you. Good evening, Kai. Good evening to you. Please hit the like button. Hit the like button. Like the video. Like the video. Like the video. Like the video. Now you are heading to 4 minutes. Once it's 5 minutes, we will kick on. So let's just wait for now. We have okay. Let's just wait a bit, okay? Because I want you to hear what these people said. Okay, I want you to. I'm not going to interrupt them. I will play it from beginning to the end, and you can see what you have on the title. Okay, our title says from freedom fighting to fighting the freedom. You get why? Chibozo, I see you. Chibozo said, Esudo said, USB forward ever. And Chibeze said, good evening. Okay, I've seen your comment before. Hamilton, I see you. Ndewo Mazekai, Ndewo Wane Mmadụ Kekime. Jubilee. Good evening, brother. Good evening to you. Nice to have you guys. Nice to read from you. And watching from Morocco. Okay. Okay. Chibozo, Biafras everywhere. Morocco. Wow. Okay. How is Morocco today? Nice to have you. Nice to have you. And okay. Now is 5 minutes. Please, my people, let's go there. Okay.
This is coming after he has been preaching and deceiving his followers in the Southeast that freedom is coming tomorrow, saying that no true freedom fighter escapes jail or death. BKO, as the prime or the prime minister call him, has he denied his republic?
Of course, the so-called prime minister publicly denied his republic, and technically in his heart, that republic does not exist. Remember, this guy attacked me because of some of my comments on this program when I pleaded that Nnamdi Kanu should be released on compassionate grounds. And, I demanded that we should look for extra legal means to solve the problem. An argument has always been that it's not all matters the courts are able to decide.
I said I'm going to play from beginning to the end, but I'm sorry that I don't think I will be able to do that. I'm very sorry because I don't want to miss response. You know, anything that they said here. I don't want to pretend that I will respond to everything without picking it one by one, and I also don't want to skip it at all. Now, let me start by making it clear. We don't support any violence, any criminality. We don't support any um, falsehood or violence, killing of any type. We don't support anything like criminality like that. Nothing at all. Our intention here in this channel is to set the record straight, to make sure that people understand what is going on and to remind us, okay, what someone said before and what the person is saying now. His intention or her intention, we may say his objective, the reason why we do what we do, the reason why we face what we face. This very man here, with all due respect to Yoruba people, okay, to me, I will categorize this man as a Fonja. All right, because I don't want non-Igbo speaking people to say you are attacking people. I'm not attacking Yoruba people. Even though we have our differences, we have our own belief, but I believe that we still have genuine, reasonable, sensible people from Oduduwa land. Does this man represent the entire Yoruba people? No, that's not the fact. Just like somebody picking Ije to speak, or Ikeguru Ago, or why Isocha to represent Igbo people. So I will feel bad though, because I'm an Igbo. So I don't want it to be a taboo for me to criticize, to use this guy as identity of Yoruba people. But we cannot run away from the truth. I hope you understand what I'm saying. We must not run away from the truth. Like I said, I'm not here to create war or to create problem of any type, but let us digest what this man is saying. Let us understand his intention and his motive. Then you yourself, you're a human being, allow your conscience to tell you which of them is real, which of them is true. Now, to some of you, somebody said no sound. No sound, really? Please, can you confirm? Can you hear my voice? Can somebody confirm if my voice is coming out? My brother Exodus, I see you. One number. Please, somebody should help me out. My voice coming out? Is my voice coming out? Reverend Exodus, I see you. Yamara Gema one number. There is sound. Why are you saying no sound, my brother? Can you stop distracting us, please? If you are watching from behind, because I know when you said no sound, I think you were referring I think you were referring the part where I forgot to mute myself. So please, if you're watching from behind, just refresh your phone so that we'll not be distracted. Okay? Can we agree on that? Fine. Now let's start. Let's start. This man, many of you, in case you don't know, he was one of those people trying to justify the kidnap of Master Khan that is the rightful thing to do. That Master Khan is causing problem, want to destabilize the nation in his own words, and that Master Khan should, Biafran issue should be dealt with. That the youth are trying to cause problem. Okay, that youth are trying to cause problem. So if I chose to reply to sound like him, honestly, I will not spare anybody from Oduduwa land. I will go out on them and say anything I wish to say, judging the way this man behaved. Because I'm saying this because many of you may be like, but is it this man you are seeing here is worse than, if there's any other word to qualify Afonja or a Fulef, this is the example of that. One of the example of Okbonu. Like, I don't know even why he somehow looks innocent before this man. That is like how bad this man we are seeing here is. When you talk about bigotry, he hold a flag. When we talk about cowardice, this is a pure example. When we talk about idiocy, he is a typical example. When we talk about stupidity, perfect definition of stupidity. Everything is better than this man. Do you understand? You may not understand because you have not been following his utterances from the day one after kidnap of Master Namorikan till this day. But they always want to ask, sound like they care about Nigeria, about the nation. No, you don't care about anything. You are just a bundle of bigotry, nothing more. And I will tell you, for some of you that may hear what he's saying, it's true, we listen. The anger should not just go on him alone. He's acting based on what the US have actually made the world to understand. What the US have actually said, what the US have actually represent. They are acting on that. When you hear about same political solution, these people are the one working, and the US are trying to be political correctness they are using, and everything is from these people. But sadly, when you pay attention on what is going on in his own region, Southwest, you find that he is nowhere to be found. Typical Afonja that want to remove stone in your eyes and ignore, a very giant tree growing from his own eye socket. I don't want to go beyond this. Let us hear from him again. But the message is very, very clear. You see, just watch his facial expression. Just because PM is being tried or being, detained, these are people celebrating that such thing happened to you as an able man. It's not about PM. It's not about PM. Let us get this very right, because PM was living very fine before he decided to support or stand for your freedom. Then everything began to go sour. Simply because fighting for Igbo people or defending Igbo people is one of the most difficult jobs to do. Because the people that you're actually helping, they are busy looking for your downfall and making sure that you will never ever remain the same. That is why you hear today people like Ike Gurago telling you that Mazam Dekano, the video was trending. The version will have been trending few days now, even as I speak. Say what is the offense of Mazam Namadekan? If course let me remind you that since 1999, the so-called democracy, since then, there's no governor from our region that actually perform very well in terms of security. No. And each of these governors have fired people more than you can imagine. But Ikenga, people like him, they are busy calling for, their savior, people who devoted their time to do the needful, calling for them to be sent to sent to prison and jail them. Just like everlasting imprisonment, like you can never ever come out again. for them not to put in, for them not to say that they buy somebody, they execute anybody. No, just prison, imprisonment, in perpetuity. Like you can never come out. Just be there. Let's get this man. Listen.
Sometimes even the courts encourage arbitration and conciliatory moves to find a solution. So he was not happy that I wanted Nnamdi Kanu released.
Is it a lie? That PMO was not happy that he wanted Mazi Kanu to be released. Lie. Your preaching was Mazi Kanu should face, let him face Nigeria in the court. If that what he have caused in the country, they need to, stop this Biafra of a thing. That Biafra does not like Biafra anymore. That Southeast are Nigerians, and that everything is Nigerians. In case if you maybe let me, because I want to remove sentiment, and I wish that we have some people who are who believe that Nigeria will work to. I believe that we have somebody sensible that may call on this program today to tell us how it will work, and let us remind you. And this is me. I'm not representing anybody. I'm telling my opinion. I'm not a freedom fighter. I'm not fighting for freedom. I'm only reacting on what is on social media, which many people say no, you don't sound like one. You are fighting for freedom. And I ask them how am I fighting for freedom? Because I believe for you to say you are fighting for freedom, you must have some certain quality and some certain materials to do that. Not that I'm sharing my own opinion on social media. It does not make me a freedom fighter. But I cannot force you. That's number one. Now, another thing is this. I want to know how Nigeria will work. I want you also to know why I feel that it's not going to work. Never. Not out of hate, but out of fast and figure. And let me remind you, like I said, because this man is trying to make you believe that the Igbos Nigeria is the best way for you. And that's why you should take him as your number one enemy. I'm not saying you should go attack him, but look, don't take him seriously. Know that every advice coming from him is against you at a long run. Why do I say so? All of us can agree. If you are from Southeast, whether you are able or not, Old Eastern region, you can agree with me that there's no viable seaports in our region. That's number one. Even the so-called Nigerian government and one Nigerians, they know, and it is deliberate. Biafrans and non-Biafrans, and Igbos and Biafrans, that's the word. Igbos and Biafrans have been crying, pushing for them to have one seaport, just one, whether Calabar Seaport or Port Harcourt, Iwacha, and many other places. Even in Anambra, you can, even in Imo State, you can develop seaport. There's a chance for that, but deliberately, they don't want it. You should focus on Lagos. A way of telling you that you lose, that war of 1967, you are not a winner. Just to punish you for something that you don't know, you are not even a partaker. When you turn around and ask, what is going on with me? Why am I here? What is happening to me? Why am I not getting this that is before me? This should be my right as a citizen of Nigeria. They will tell you, no, wait. Don't you know that you fought to war? remember, we are in Nigeria, no. But calm down. It's not only we have seaport in Lagos. Lagos is here. Go there now, and after we are in one Nigeria. Then you say, okay, you go there and stay. As you are clearing your goods, you feel tired to transfer your goods to South. As a businessman, you would like to sell it cheaply here. Okay? As you are doing that, they are conquering you the more. You are wasting your time then. As of today, I was told that Tinubu have actually opened another new seaport in Lagos. They used to say Lagos is congested, right? But this is to tell you that it's deliberate. You can never see this news from GD and the TVC news. But they're here crying that the Biafrans are calling them names. But you're a journalist, not a journalist. Okay? Like why is it? Why should I say he's here? I own a journalist. You are you have vowed not to stand on it in truthfulness, and you want people to go blind because you want to broadcast as a TVC news. So everyone must follow you the way you say. This Jide is hater of Igbo people. Like I said, I blame him, but I don't blame him purely because we have a lot of rotten mushroom in the name of kings and queens from our land. He's here. You hear him bragging how he received Igbo chieftaincy title, whatever in Igbo land, you know, from somewhere in Anambra, in Riondi. Okay, that is equal to what they have in Ife, in Yoruba land. He said it here, not me. Tell me what good is this man to be able to receive chieftaincy title? That's why I don't. You see, Igbo chieftaincy title now is just like receiving maybe giving a child money to go and buy fireworks in the Christmas time. Go and buy fireworks in the nearby shop here. As easy as anything. Burna Boy, Tinubu, Remi Tinubu, name it, all of them have received title. So cheap. How many of them receive from Southern of Sokoto? How many of you people hold title, chieftaincy title in Yoruba land? How many? If there's any, if there's any, I don't know. But just smite the Igbo man, they give you title, chieftain. The only person, if you ask me that what giving title from Oduduwa land, as this is my own opinion. Soyinka is not on the list. The only person, if you ask me to give, I will give it to Davido. Personally, I will give Davido. That's only one person. Maybe there's other people, but I cannot remember now. Not because they are bad, but we are talking about chief. There's a reason why you give chieftain title. If you go to a village or a town and you perform something miraculously there, then they will give you chieftaincy title. The title of this video, you may think that it's not going to go down well. This what the way I'm going now that is totally different from what the title says. We are just trying to lay foundation because this man is just like he's living, you know, in the world of DOS. What DOS presented to them that's what it is. That's what they are living their life with. Okay, nothing more. Listen to him.
He attacked me on social media. His supporters attacked me. If he has not deleted those videos,
okay? Pay attention to what he's saying.
Still there. If he has not deleted the comments that I made about me, I'm sure they will still be there. I saw a few of his supporters thoroughly brainwashed people.
Yeah.
Attacking me over.
So he actually called us a terrorist, and he also called TVC a terrorist organization or a terrorist station, just to put it into proper perspective.
So between
when you this man, listen. Whether PM called you that or not, I don't know. I don't have any reason, any proof to that. But assuming that he said it like you said, but the question is, did you call him terrorist or not? Because you guys said that he's terrorizing Southeast. You are in Yoruba land, yes, some of you in Abuja, but he's terrorizing the Southeast. But when you cast vote, or you said maybe something like, you know, yeah, vote, or you said just like, what they call it, like to check referendum, yeah, referendum, to know who you support, how many people are in support and how many people are against. To tell you, all of you are political journalists, politicians in the name of reporting newscasters. You, all of you are politicians. You call somebody, you said that somebody is terrorizing a region. The person turned around and said that you guys, your station where you are making that utterances is terrorist station, and you are angry. But you want people to clap for you because when you are calling him names, lying on him, you know that 2/3 of majority in Southeast and in support of substitute, few that refuse to support are those who want to use Biafra as a business, perpetual business for them to be cashing out constantly every now and then. Now hear him again.
Us now, who is the terrorist? I've never called people out to unleash violence on fellow Nigerians. He's the one who has been doing that. And when he says give them Woto Pro Max, as he was fond of saying, what is the meaning of that?
You are not a child when Nigerian security forces gave protesters, those carrying flag, Woto. You are not a child, like you are too small. Maybe you are taking pap that time, you are still drinking Akam. You are sucking breast, you don't know what was going on around you. You don't know, you are not able to read newspaper. When military invaded Masamakan's house and by 28 people, 28 youths. And this your cheeks and this your age and everything, you cannot use it to reason properly, because I thought that they said the Yorubas are highly educated, they understand, they are reasonable. But your own seems like you are just reasoning from your behind. Because how can you tell me that you see how they lie? That PM was telling people give them what promise. What do you call what military did in Massachusetts house? I'm not just finding clean of anybody, but if you want to pursue rabbits, can you go after all rabbits? If you want to condemn, flying birds, can we condemn every bird? Not bird that fly from my own tree to your tree is condemnable. The one that comes from your tree to my own tree is understandable. No, that means you are not being honest. I'm not saying that people should just kill anybody. I'm not in support. But can we go back to the root of this issue? At least we are human beings before we become Yoruba. We are human beings before we become Igbo. Why can't we just calm down as, okay, what military did, Operation Python dance? How many, you're a journalist, can you tell us the list of youths that died in one operation? And what is the impact? What is the reason of Operation Python dance, Operation Crocodile dance? What is the reason? You have a state like Meduguri. You have a state like Plateau, Jigawa, Kebbi, Nasarawa. All these northern parts that insecurity and the banditry, Boko Haram and everything is eating them up like chicken. But your eyes, as a haters of Igbo people, and pretend to love Igbo people. You see, some of these Fonjas studied, they went to school to study how to maintain the hatred of Igbo people, like Soyinka of this world. People who will come and tell you, no matter, even if they bring ghost from Southwest, they will have a way of making that ghost look like it's sent for that person, as long as it's from Southwest and you are in one country. Now the Northerners are also giving you some bit of the the drum, and you guys are dancing it. But because you hear him talking about where he said that those guys in the Eastern people, kidnappers, that in the East, look at this man, that in the East, the worst kidnappers you ever see is from the East, that they will collect money and buy people. Even me, I'm not a journalist. I have not worked in any TV or radio station, never in my life. I don't even study mass comm in school. So, but I am able to find out statistically that people that buy, the victims after kidnapping people and take ransom from them, and yet buy them are Northerners in the North. Go and check your statistics. But at your age, you fold that statistic and throw it in the West Wing and be telling people all manner of nonsense because you have chance to speak in a TV station licensed by Nigerian government to dish out lie. Nobody hates to be in one country. Had it been that everything is working fine, like even though after the war, I just give this instance of seaport. There are so many reasons why you must we have come to conclusion that it's not going to work, that the only way is to be. And not only now that there's people are telling you after Ruga, they are using tactics again to enforce Ruga on you. How many times have you condemned Ruga system using your TVC news? You don't condemn that. Rather, you be busy massaging it, trying to make it look like Igbos are the problem makers. You set people, you beat people, and pretend that when person cry, you say you are making noise. You don't want to talk about why the person cried. No, it's not in your hands to do that.
It means deal decisively with people. Give people violence. Woto means violence now. The people in Finland may not know the meaning of that, but in Nigeria, that is some lingo that we are familiar with. When you say I'll give, you will be attacked, you know, you will be violently attacked. So I've always felt that this guy um, was not, does not represent the ordinary people from the southeast, because my Igbo friends and the Igbo people generally are smart, brilliant, and courageous people. If they,
This is how you see what he said now. Our gullible brothers and sisters will say, yeah, but he don't really mean bad. What he's saying is because no to get bad now. But when you want to buy violent dog, like a dog that is very, very violent, if you want to buy, you have to, massage that dog, give the dog food they want, keep on rubbing his neck, touching the dog neck somehow, while you use bag and cover your face and tie leg and tie the dog leg, hand and hand. You understand? Before you can now capture that dog. That's what because I told you, they went to school to study how to maintain hate on Igbo people. I don't know if there's any course in the university that is meant for them alone to go and study. They will come back no matter how many degrees they have. The bigotry is the more educated they are, the more intense the bigotry will be. The more intense the bigotry they are, because they always have a way of making things look like you must pretend before. As long as Igbo man is not in the equation, they're okay. These people, they are ready to sacrifice the entire Oyo state for Fulani to make sure that Igbos are below them. That is how bad this whole thing seems to be. But let's continue.
do not have courage. They won't leave their states to set up business in different parts of the world. In some of the most far-flung places on planet Earth, you see Igbo.
Okay, for the sake of time, I'm gonna allow you to play from now on. Okay, let's just use your ear, use your ear very well to hear what he's saying. Then, if you want to say anything to that, when we open our line, when we send link, you can jump in and tell us. But let me just allow him to say it because of time, because I have other things to share with us.
Doing well. So I've always felt that I've always felt that it was fake, that it does not represent our people. Now that he has chosen cowardice instead of standing by his convictions, I don't think he leaves any doubt anymore in the minds of our people that he does not have the strength of conviction, that he was just manipulating the minds of innocent people, promising them utopia, and refusing to stand by the Biafra that he had always spoken about. How can you say that what you are doing all along was just acting, that you are a content creator, and that you can't choose content creation as an escape route? I've never seen this kind of freedom fighter in my life who got to court and found an alibi, content creation. I thought he would stand strongly by what he believed in. So he was just manipulating our people for money all along. So it's like when you say the king has lost his crown, the prime minister has chosen to deny his republic. Here was a man who founded a breakaway group that he called the Biafra Autopilot, a breakaway group from, he called it IPOB Autopilot. So it was a breakaway group from IPOB. And where IPOB decided to preach peace, when IPOB said, no, we will no longer have sit at home on any day, because in the past they limited it not just to Mondays, but to those days when Nnamdi Kanu is brought to court. But after Eze Chukwuemeka and the late Senator Ifeanyi Uba, as well as the leader of the Southeast Caucus in the Senate, Senator Abaribe, visited Nnamdi Kanu in the DSS cell, they pleaded with him that sit at home was crushing business in the Southeast and that people are transferring their businesses to neighboring states like Akwa Ibom, like Delta, and those states were thriving at the expense of 5 Southeast states. He agreed. He agreed to put an end to sit at home in the Southeast. But because of the way Simon Ekpa was preaching this idea of civil disobedience, it continued. It continued. And people were scared to come out on Mondays to do their business. Those who are not, those even schools decided to extend their operations to Saturday to make up for lost time on Mondays. So you find students being compelled to go to school on Saturdays in the Southeast to make up for the time that they lose on Mondays when now Simon Ekpa and his people would implement the directive of their Oga that I should be sit at home on Mondays. So if he has chosen cowardice, as I said, over courage, over standing by the things that he had been deceiving his followers about. Now he's being arraigned on charges related to terrorism and having faced the courts, he claimed that he makes videos for pleasure. He makes videos just as a content creator. Now, based on the Finnish laws, the maximum sentence is 12 years. That is, if someone dies in the process of getting involved in terrorism, because he's been accused of public incitement to commit a crime with terrorist intent, accused of participating in activities of a terrorist group, accused of aggravated tax fraud and violation of the provisions of the Attorneys Act in Finland. He is described as carrying out public exhortation to an offense with terrorist intent. So these are the charges. What I said earlier, and the offense was said to have been committed between 2021 and 2024, but he was arrested in December 2024, accused of spreading separatist propaganda on social media. So now his lawyer has a lot of work to do. He has to prove that indeed he was only creating content for social media, that it has nothing to do with terrorism. But one thing I know is that before these people, they are not like us. Right? You file a case and then start looking for evidence, which is what the EFCC does. They are not like us. Before they file a matter against you, they will have built up what amounts to a prima facie case, which will make it difficult for you to escape conviction, if not impossible. Remember what happened to James Ibori. The courts here in our country shamelessly allowed him to walk free. He got to London, was arrested, and put on trial with similar charges that the Nigerian courts couldn't convict him over. And James Ibori was jailed. His wife was jailed. His girlfriend was jailed. His lawyer was jailed. So he didn't find it funny at all.
Yeah.
Someone Ekpa's lawyer has a lot to do. He has a lot to do to ensure that he does not get the maximum sentence of 12 years. Otherwise, normally, if you are charged with supporting terrorism, it's 6 years in jail. But if somebody dies in the process, then go to jail for 12 years.
That's right.
So
Unfortunately,
that's what
unfortunately, Ekpa's enforcement of sit-at-home orders has been linked to over 700 deaths and significant economic losses in Nigeria's southeast. But if you look at IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra, they've also publicly dissociated themselves from, or itself from Ekpa, stating that it was never a member. So could this disavowal of Ekpa be interpreted as a strategic move to distance the organization from violent activities, or does it genuinely reflect a lack of association of the group?
No, they had to say all of that at the time because they had made up their minds to not be as disruptive as they used to be. Here was someone now using their name because if IPOB, the sit-at-home was instituted by IPOB in the first place. And when IPOB was prevailed upon by leaders from the southeast to drop the sit-at-home, because people were being killed, the same people that you were saying that you wanted to liberate were being killed on Mondays. Clearly, cultists and other outlaws had hijacked the movement, had hijacked the ideology. So they then felt, okay, if he was part of us, then he should have agreed to not do anything that has to do with the civil disobedience that he was preaching at that time, because they had already made up their minds as IPOB to discountenance and to stop such agitation. So I am not surprised that they disowned him, because you are supposed to be loyal to the group. If you are part of the group and the group now says, okay, no more sit-at-home anywhere in the southeast on any day, IPOB, which is an independence of Biafra, the need for a referendum to be conducted within the states that make up Biafra. And remember, he even wanted the Nigerian map redrawn, such that states like Bayelsa, many states would then be part of Biafra. I wonder how you could have done that, because he didn't limit himself to the southeast states, clearly brought on board states outside of the southeast, some states of the south, uh, for example. You know? So this is the thing. And I don't think that in itself can damage the case against him, because they are going to be looking at the things that he did, the recordings that they have. You may not belong to IPOB and still be seen as promoting uh, terror. You don't have to belong to IPOB before you can be seen to be promoting terror. Your utterances, the steps that you take, can actually advertise you as a terrorist or as a promoter of terrorism. So I don't think that it damages the case that they have against him.
That's right. Let me take some comment before I take my questions. I, Simon Ekpa's family are already, on this comment section, and we can see them displaying their follies. We have Big T Prince saying, "God bless you, Uncle Jide." Larry Ogule says, "Yes, it's just about money making." We also have Afolabi Shegun says, "Simon Ekpa and Simon Ekpa." Now I see. Okay, I think there's Success Ekpa that says, "Liar from the pit of hell. Can you play where he said it to prove your lie?" So he's saying that the attack on, yourself, during one of our shows, about more than a year ago, where he called us actually a terrorist, and then also called TVC terrorist stations. I remember I screenshot that and I sent it to him. And he said, "Just dismiss them." And he comments on that comment, one of his minions saying that, "Prime Minister, tell us where they are so that we can visit them." So you can go on Simon Ekpa's page and and search TVC, or you'll find it there. It goes to show that these people will never learn their lesson. So I can see them. They are now dominating our comment section. Interesting stuff. Olatuji says, "I thought Nnamdi Kanu was the only IPOB coward until Simon Ekpa said he's a content creator because he's afraid of jailed head." We have Nelson Adufe says, "Success, Ekpa." Okay, they are responding to him. "Go and ask Google. His actions claimed lives of people in East due to terrorist intent. His intent of collecting money and all his gesticulating and funny acts will not be considered." Evangelist Julius Omorube says, "IPOB had taken a clue from the Amber Boys in Cameroon by killing their own people." Okay, we have so many comments, coming here. Simon Ekpa's people are already doing their own comments, and they're quite interesting there. But BKO, let me take this question. If you look at the social media, because Simon Ekpa utilized social media to disseminate his messages, leading to real-world consequences. But what responsibilities do you think digital platforms have in monitoring and regulating content that may incite violence, and how can they balance this with freedom of expression?
So that's the big problem that we have. These tech giants are not doing enough.
Anyway, let me just come in here. I know many of you are quite depressed with what he's saying. But one thing I want us to understand is that the reason why we are facing this kind of people, as an Igbo person at your young age, you on your phone, you have somebody like this, you have this kind of bulldozer here. I mean the old-fashioned of bulldozer, or maybe what will I use to qualify this man? Trying to make sense when he's senseless. It's not his fault. It's fault of our people, so-called leaders. People who claim they are politicians, they are well-to-do, they expose people, they are intelligent, people that are supposed to speak. When elders fail to do what they're supposed to do, they leave their children vulnerable to face, vampires like this. If you are 30 years up as an Igbo man, as a man, you expect to deal with this kind of people as long as you're in Nigeria. If you are looking for a job, you face people like Jide. If you are looking for, if I want to go, to sports as a footballer, or anything at all, you face people like these people who have the, who feel that they have the license to segregate, and whatever they do is accepted. Whatever you do will be questioned. In fact, Nigerian Constitution can only work on you as a young man from a young woman from eastern part. But the so-called elders who supposed to confront the Constitution itself are busy making money out of that. This man we are seeing here, and people like Baribe. What this man is saying here, protecting his own region, when it comes to do with Igbo people, you cannot see Baribe with his profile, his contact, everything, doing the same thing. Never. Instead, he will spend more time trying to be more Nigerian than Nigerians, because he thought that he's a Nigerian. You are just a Nigerian by paper, but practically you are not. That is why I believe must be a child, or maybe a young child, a young boy during 1967. I don't think he's that mature person. I doubt. But look at him now. All his life, he want to live his life without having what his mates have in their own region. What do I mean by that? How many international airports is in Southeast? How, like, if we talk about Northerners, they have Kaduna is there, Lagos is there. But in the entire, all this, you don't have. In a pure Igbo man, if you are a real Igbo person, you understand what I'm trying to say. It is enough. If you are a real Igbo person, you are supposed to be checking what your mate is doing and learn how to rub shoulder with your mate, not to serve your mate, for it to be relevant. That thing is what is eating us up. Look at this man here, spending all his energy just to irritate young Igbo people. The so-called elite are happy having a handshake with him. That's why he feels so relaxed. After saying this, he's down there. He went down to travel down to East, the Enugu State, to sit with Peter Mba, handshake and talk. I'm not against you traveling to the Southeast or anything, do anything, but the Peter Mba himself is just instead of this man looking up to Peter Mba, Peter Mba is the one looking up to him. He's not even a governor. That is how bad it is. So when I said that we are conquered people, that is what it is. Let's continue. Let's continue. Just hear him.
Exactly. You can see it. So that's his tweet. So go to 23rd of March 2024. So just search, go to Simon Ekpa's page and type, TBC. You'll find it there. You see some of the things I wrote, or just type criminal, or you find it there. You'll find it on his page. So for those of you that are asking for evidence.
Yes. Now that the evidence has been provided, so what do they do next? We are different people. We won't accuse somebody of harassing us in any way. And then when it's time to bring evidence, we will not.
Exactly. Right. So let me take one or two comments, Bikio. Bikio, can you hear me? Bikio, are you there?
But I simply ignored him because I knew I was on the right path. Now it's time for him to face the consequences of the decisions that he has made. Actions have consequences. Big decisions have consequences. You have to be ready to live with those big consequences. So, and that's the burden that he has now.
That's fine. Let me take one or two comments and I ask my maybe final question. Obina Hero says, TBC News, why didn't you invite? Okay, this is not actually related. It's stationed in the right sense. It will not do actually what you're asking for. Nelson Adufe says, success. Okay, I think I've read that. Okoro Friday says, Come on. Big T Prince says, I love TVC.
Wait. You see how he's choosing comment that he want to read and the one he don't want to read. People fail with the corruption from A to Z. Look at his. I'm not angry to this man, no, because when you have, just like in a family, you're a father and you're a mother, and you have maybe 4 children, and they all depend on you as both of you as a parent, and you are failing on your duty, like as a man, you can't protect your children. Of course, people will always knock at your door and beat your children and your wife up. Every now and then they will do it and they will get away. They will go freely. Until maybe as a child, maybe as small as your child may be, decided to push those back. You can see you can't compare the two hands, right? It will be difficult. Then instead of the father to back the child that have the courage to confront this problem, the father begin to encourage the child to calm down, calm down. But the child have been watching you as a parent, allowing stranger to come back, barge into the house and beat everybody up and go away freely without any problem. That's exactly what people are doing. If you rise now and say, okay, let me do something, the so-called elite from A to Z, nobody. From A to Z, nobody will be with you. When you talk, they say that you are inciting violence. You heard this man talking about, this one, this one that looked at Sona Parawa here, he's trying to tell you that this is a terrorist act, that is inciting terrorism or whatever you call that. Even this one, Jidek, they were trying to. It is easy for them to say that PM is acting calling for violence or anything, which is not true. But they have to say it to get what they want. And the question is, do you actually believe that this man just wake up and start saying that? No. He got those information, those allegations, from the so-called fellow Igbo people, so-called elite, and the DOS. He said, I don't know, for some of you that joined us from the beginning, I believe you can remember the part where he talked about that when IPOB decided not to be as violent as they used to be. He said it here, that they decided to cancel stay at home by, after receiving calls and approach by leaders, political leaders in the Southeast, they agreed, which is when governor of Anambra, Soludo, said in an interview, I think with Channels TV, that those guys they agreed to work with him. That was when US said to reach agreement. They said there's a political solution and grant them amnesty. So after saying those things, the governor will go and relate this and like after having a meeting with their own brothers, they will not. The governor will not carry that file and hand over to Nigerian government, whether Yoruba is there or Fulani is there. It doesn't matter. They will go through the file and say, okay, this is the outcome of the meeting. Okay, this student they agree to work with you. They will say, okay, so Okaresa. The Okaresa they're saying the file of the outcome of the meeting they had with US or IPOB is with them. They will not come down to East and tell the so-called IPOB now that we have reached this agreement for it to be effective. You guys are, all of you know how to carry flag, right? You guys always have family meeting. Yes, go to the family meeting and tell them that Simon Ekpa is nobody, because that one is stubborn. He don't want to join us in this meeting, this agreement. Go and tell them. Those ones will come and say, Simon Ekpa, you do know that what you're doing is a terrorist. What you're doing is a terror act. In fact, you're a terrorist. People shouting Simon Ekpa, you're a terrorist from IPOB have not solved the allegation, okay, laid on them by Nigerian government that IPOB is a terrorist organization. They are yet to solve it as of that time. And PM is saying what he's saying, standing on the existing protocol, like the rail protocol, the main issue, the way it's supposed to be, that our land must be protected. That PM maintain that they know, but they have somehow, decided to be soft They are soft in their decision and everything without detailing the whole thing to their fans. Those that are, when you hear IPOB one family, IPOB one family, today is marching, we are going to protest. So some of you that went to protest, the people that you normally see wearing, IPOB clothes and bango and everything, have already made an agreement with the government. After telling Oye to vote on Naugwausa, Oye to vote on Naugwausa, after singing the song, they reach agreement. So the outcome of the agreement is to both politicians. So the mushroom shelter, and then I say IPOB, all of them, oh, the problem now is someone, they begin to bombard PM, bombard everybody, bombard just to maintain the agreement with Southeastern governors, powered by federal government, Fulani Hausa or Yorubas. That is what they use. So Jide was just making his comments based on the outcome of all those things. Now the question is, are you going to blame him that he cannot say the same thing to his own people? The reason he cannot say it because his own leaders from his own region understand that when they have something to discuss with Odudu agitators, that they don't submit it, they don't carry that file to federal government. No, they will keep it in the state government and begin to deal with them one-on-one as brothers. When Northerners, the government from the north, discuss with Boko Haram or bandit or ISWAP, any group at all in the north, or maybe Mejala, they don't carry the outcome of that meeting to federal government and say, okay, federal, this is outcome of this is what we discussed in our meeting. For other people from other regions in the federal government to take a look at that, the outcome, they don't do that. Do you know that Sonny Boho that they captured, all of them, the governor from the west, all of them, including Obasanjo, who was a former president, they all decided to have meeting together, figure out how to do it, and come in one voice to federal government and tell federal government what they want. But our own, they will come meeting, call their brother, come meeting, come, let us talk. After talking, they will carry, they don't make decision on that, they carry say, hey, well, federal government, okay, this is what we have found out, give us our own, rule this case for us, please. Of course, they will rule it in favor of not only against you, in favor of their own region, not about the federal government here. Because they all know it's just like this is just a business platform. We all know this thing now. Now, why I'm decided to bring this video to you, because this is 1 hour in the program, I can find out that we cannot play all this to the end. But I wanted to see if we can, play the part where he talked about his title, how they gave him chieftaincy title somewhere in Anambra. For no just reason. Among my neighbor myself, to receive title, chieftaincy title, anything from Ezenri or you go and read among we find we are born an Igbo. Those were they said that is one of the ancient kingdom. I don't know if there's a requirement to receive Igbo, chieftaincy title in Igbo land. Is there any requirement, or is for just smile to me, I will smile to you, let us handshake and take a picture and then title back. Take this title while we are going. I don't understand. But somebody, please, if you know, please, I would like to be. I want somebody to educate me on that. Now, so let's understand that all these things come from IPOB. From not IPOB, DOS. From DOS cabals. These are the problem. So when you see them talking this way, understand the part. He's a student of DOS. I believe that most of you must have listened to the part where he said that he called autopilot the breakaway group. Breakaway. That is the word of DOS. That's their word. Breakaway group. That Simon Ekpa refused to do this. He's a breakaway. That he is this one. He's one breakaway group. He formed his own group. He said that he is everything that DOS normally say. This man is saying that publicly. So he's not speaking out of nowhere, that you don't know his source. Like I said in the title, from freedom fighting to fighting the freedom, they all joined that they are freedom fighters, that they mean good, they mean well for the welfare of everybody. They mean good, they stand for they want, in fact, they're supporter of truth and everything. They all end up fighting the freedom they claim they're fighting for. Which is before. I don't want to call the recent one now. What is the name of Chibu's Egwato? This Ikenga. Ijere speak. All these are all former IPOB members, so that all of that later turned to something else. In fact, they were normal human beings before joining. When they want to go, they will turn, they will go wide. They all start by free. Oh, Biafra is here. Biafra is here. And they're saying that they will turn to something else, apart from two people that I called freedom fighters, Mas Namado Kano, PM Samarepa. Other ones are just questionable characters that cannot be, defined by anything. Talk about Emeka Gift, of course, we don't know his face. Emeka Livingstone, Nelly Ofebu, the one called Rita and Ibob. These are people that come that decide to come out to fight freedom. They all end up fighting the freedom, because you cannot, if you cannot say you are a freedom fighter when you don't understand what you are fighting for. The reason why they all collapse, because they don't even understand what they are fighting for. First thing, you need to define what you are doing. When I said I'm not a freedom fighter, I'm not kidding. I know why. And I'm not saying that to make you happy or to make you sad. That's what it is. Because you need to understand what you're fighting for. You need to understand how to do it. You need to have a template. Otherwise, you end up fighting the freedom that you say you are fighting for. What do I mean by that? After the kidnapping of Mas Namado Kano, it is very clear that a lot of people, someone say, what of the barrister? Barrister is just doing his business. He never joined to fight. I'm talking about those that normally wear IPOB cap, those that have broadcast with Biafran flag, like why you said that today. Enough you blow Biafra, the Rasta man. Tomorrow you go get red. Oko Ghana Konon, or Banagana Banaka, Biafran flag everywhere. I don't get the GDP, money can hog Biafran flag. I hope they will end up fighting the freedom. They will come as a freedom, they are freedom fighters. They will not turn around to fight the freedom itself, because they don't understand what it means to be a freedom fighter. How often you broadcast, how close you are, how many people you know, how many people know you. There's something you need to have. There must be something you need to have. One is selflessness, like your agenda, what you want must be the least priority. You cannot just put anybody pushing his own interest first. You're not a freedom fighter. That is why you see people dragging about leadership. A freedom fighter don't drag for leadership. Anybody, like some people bribing people to start Mazi, take this money, like our brother Kenan has called it, they say that it's thanks for coming. Anybody, anybody receiving thanks for coming. If you are giving thanks for coming and receiving thanks for, you are not. There's difference between appreciation. But if you give money, if like now you give me money for me to say something that I ordinarily that I won't say, I will not say that. I am far away from anything freedom. Whether you are the give, both the giver and the receiver, both of them are not. That's why I said You said like they see not you know Biafran child, all these GOS, you know, ancient of days freedom fighters, they are all in this category. All of them. You come to autopilot, so many. You now, even now, so many. So when I see some of them, I'll be laughing because, and they're mocking me. Oh, you say you're content creator. You that's a freedom fighter, you end up fighting the freedom. You end up fighting because to you is about get together meeting, you know, the age grade meeting. Boys, oh yeah, push me a group. You freedom fighters always look for anything that will give this freedom, whether it will affect their sleeping time, whether it will affect anything, they will do that. They will do that for freedom. Now, after the arrest of kidnap of Modekano, everybody begin to panic. There was very calm. There was a very quiet moment in the atmosphere. Nobody knows what next. DOS know each other and their wives couldn't bring in anything wise. They couldn't bring anything wisdom, anything whatsoever, nothing, not at all. Until PM, who understand what freedom fighting means, step up and calm this situation. Hey, every pigeon jumping. Oh yeah, yes. You know, PM. Why say PM? Because they still don't understand it because it's all about joining the add my force. You know, when I add my force, that means I'm a freedom fighter. As they're adding their voice, waiting for the time to demand to bring that their interest. They always have interest. That's another thing. And that you see, once I'm not against you having your interest, but which of the interests come first? Is it the freedom or your own personal interest? These two cannot go together, not at all. If PM with what he have and the life he's living, if he chose to, he don't have any reason to fight for freedom. That's just the fact. Like if he's not a freedom fighter, he wouldn't have been here because that thing that makes some people to join freedom, join Mazakan and be an IPOB registered member, contributing money, buy bango, buy beret, getting everything, by using flag, jumping on the street, protesting, waving flag, hugging each other. That in the personal interest they want to achieve, doing that, believe they will achieve something, you know, at long run. PM already have those things around him. He used to live like that. What you are chasing is already with him. He abandoned that to talk about freedom. You can see the difference. Not when you are paying for one, when you are living in one room and maybe in 3-bedroom flat or 2-bedroom flat, and you join freedom, hoping to buy your own house. You can't compare with somebody who have multiple houses and descend to talk about freedom. Yeah, you can't compare the two. You see what it means to be a freedom fighter. When Mahatma said that a poor man don't fight for freedom, a poor man cannot. You don't count yourself as a freedom fighter. He was not insulting poor people, anybody. He was just telling you the cocoa. He himself have company, he was well doing in England, one of the countries that many Nigerian average Igbo people want to travel there to live, US and UK. He's already there with his family, giving, you know, having his children there. Everything is in UK. He's not looking for a job. He's not working in a factory. He has his own company working in England, employing people. He said to step down, descend down, give almost everything. That's what freedom fighters do. But you see those ones that jump from place to place, want to talk about freedom because they want to gain something. That's why I said they will start by telling you that I'm a freedom fighter. Start that present themselves as a freedom fighter. They will end up fighting the freedom. Now that PM is not here, after Biafran has been redeclared, what happened? We started hearing, no, you don't destroy this cabinet. No, this cabinet. No. You leave it the way PM, keep it. Leave it the way PM, keep it. Leave it the way PM, keep it. They are saying that not because they care about PM. Number one, no. They are saying that not they are saying that not because they care about you, not at all. They are saying that because if you touch the APM, keep it, it will affect their interest. And I don't get anything. If you touch the way PM, keep it, they're telling you to leave it that way, it will automatically affect their interest. And that's why some people believe it's all about money that you guys are doing. Truly, it is, but overall, it's not because of that some genuine people. That's the only reason in all these things. Then come to the time some of them couldn't hold their anger anymore. They want to show you, no, man, no. How can I be here? All this thing in the little village right now, a home be very honorable in my life. All of a sudden, they want to take it away from me. Do you know me? They are used to answer mass. Do you know Biafra have walked that mass away? They start calling me honorable. No. This honorable cannot just go like that. I will fight. I will deal. Instead, I will destroy everything. That is why some people who claim they are freedom fighter will all of a sudden they will start telling you that instead of okay to bring Biafra, let it not come again. No, let it not come again. It's about their interest. The whole thing is no longer going in the line they thought that it will hit their interest. They will do everything to come back. That's why you're hearing, oh, let us fall back. Don't go. You guys are working too fast. We are moving too fast. Come back, fall back, because we are moving too fast. You are the way you are going. You neglect their interest. You don't just, because how can you just talk about freedom alone without their interest? It's a problem. So anybody tell you to wait, you are walking too fast. Wait for Chorina Pogi. That interest is the issue. And that's why I said, I hope you are getting what I'm saying, because when I said I'm not a freedom fighter, I am not a freedom fighter, that I am not here to agitate. I know why I'm saying that. People that are doing that are being dragged down by those who want their interest first. And they always make louder noise, and they occupy many chances for genuine people that would have helped those genuine leaders. They will block their interest. Then when the leader turn around and say, oh, Biafrans are following me, a lot of Biafrans are following me. No, people that surround you are a lot of people who want to devour you, scavengers looking for a way to satisfy their interest. They want to achieve something, pretending to be with you when they're not. They know, not as if they don't know, they do. That's why they're able to tell you when you're walking faster and when you're walking fast and when you should slow down, because they're monitoring their targets. Once you move faster, running away from their targets, there is a problem. When you walk slowly and it's affecting them to achieve that test, is a problem. So they always put their eyes is open, not looking for freedom, but for their interest. And that is why you see people like Jide picking on their weaknesses to rain it on you. Because most of the things that Jide is saying here happen to be the word of the US and all of them. Let's go back to after PM has been detained or arrested or questioned and all that. Then you have a man who happens to be a finance minister that knows how to organize a Gemma, Mr. Gemma. Mr. Gemma was busy telling you, no, he's a Gem. Bring a Gem. Now, you're going to watch the name with recognition. Can the men on ground going to give her name? No, a Gem. Bring a Gem. Okay. Everything is not a jail. This is it going to achieve your interest of the freedom? That's why I ask. Because they often say, oh, you have, the rig is like a boss, one powerful modern boss that will move you to USB. Then I ask a question. This boss, is this self-driving or somebody will go as a driver to drive this bus? Because I want to know the driver. You cannot just bring a boss, modern boss for that matter, a new car that will carry over to bring it. Sounds good, isn't it? So there's no need for you to track to bring it to USB. You now have a boss that will convert you to USB. Sounds very nice. But can we know this driver? Or is it driver that is going to, instead of going to bring it, will be going somewhere else? And you are the one buying fuel that this driver will be using. You are the one. Your duty is to fuel this car. But when you ask them what this car, what Keru done about, okay, let us know the direction. They say you are accountability group. How can you ask that? How can you ask that kind of thing? Don't you? We just show you boss. Yes, I know there's a boss. Why is Jide crying? There is a boss. But who is the driver? You must know everything. The boss is here now. We have told that you're heading to USB. Okay, using what route? Your accountability group. Don't ask this question. Must win everything. Do you know that the people actually said that asking Ogegere to come and give account is a way of exposing to Finland financial capability of Brigi that they're going to use against Brigi. So that was using that to do propaganda, thinking that he's talking to Watinda. when I hear him saying that, I was like, my God, is this what we have? Because actually, I hold that guy in a high esteem before now, not anymore. No, not anymore. I was thinking that he's one of the sensible, most intelligent. I did not know that his own intelligence is just like this kind of intelligence of Nigerian police that we hide Igbo na Benin Igbo searching. As I say, empire akwụkwọ Igbo tie gị n'ime akpa turn around. Talk through. This is who is one of this? Who is one of this? Talk through. Nobody you get them. Nobody you get them. Okay, if I just take a banana, kind of smartness and brain one. So, my people, I would like to remind you that today, after all the things they have done, and the people today they are begging, calling to Vam. Allegedly, I have not watched the video. I was told that he's calling for some DOS to join them for enforcement. DOS that have made Nigerian news platform to sound like Jide. Many of them sound this way. Even this one you're seeing here that looks like Sona Barawa. He is the original hater of Igbo. He's written all over him. Even his comments, he cannot even read. He just picked the one that is good and read. This one he was able to read everything. That's why he's smiling. But this smile, his face now shows you that there's some comment that makes him uncomfortable, but they can't read it out because this is one thing you need to know about Nigerian to work in a Nigerian firm. How to manipulate, how to pretend, how to connive and do one or two things that will suit what you want without the real information, without the real thing. Thank you so much, SNYF. God bless you for this super chat. He said by breaking egg when by breaking eggs where nonsense. You are talking about that person. He's a voodoo man. The voodoo man. So this guy report news. One name Mujisike. Okay, thank you for that. Hit like button, share, genuine reference, subscribe if you have not. Thank you, OC. I see you. Thank you for that. Please like the video, like our brother have said. Very, very important. Hit the like button, please. Very, very important. We are spending 1 hour, 22 minutes, 23 minutes to 24 minutes. Good evening, bro. I'm watching from Biafra land. Oyekachi, Carlo, I see you. How are you today? So everything that doing now has to do with the DOS. DOS, after the arrest or after they take PM away, they kind of rejuvenated. They have gained more strength and are now sounding as if they have something to offer. But it's not about that. And the approach they're using now is somehow deadly because they finally captured Ogegere. Ogegere captured them. I don't know who captured each other, but they're now working together. Even while Israel have come to the realization that Ogegere and the US and the DOS are working. But being that she have made herself too useless, she don't know what to say. She want to pretend that all is well, but deep down, if you follow her words, she don't have any iota of respect anymore for fallback republic. The reason is because she none can see. She said yesterday in the video that I played here that they cannot deceive her anymore. That IPOB DS are the one that are always making comments on her platform. That she now know them. She said it. If you're in doubt, let me know. I'll dig the video out. But for the sake of time, let us just ride on. Not only that, if you can tell yourself the truth, many people now in Ogenkere, fallback Republic in the media, basically they are from DOS. PM don't know any of them, but they are now analyzing what PM intend to achieve. That is funny. That is the most funny part of it. Let's go. Let me bring this video down. Jide, your time is over. Let me bring this video, this thing on. But I have something to say about Jide. Just hold it there. Here is a write-off from Nkiru, pure DOS member, original one, well satisfied and highly welcomed in the fallback Republic. As we speak, she's hold more power than Jomo Okoma. Jomo Okoma cannot offer anything, and she hold more power than Sana Kwarawa. And that one is just his time is up. Now she have more voice than Van. Obvious. No, Adamaka. Read what she said. After yesterday fundraising, this woman will have the audacity to question USB performance. Very, very laughable. But guess what? None of them know what shame is all about. They are very, very shameless. Very, very, very shameless. She said, and I read, who is the boss? Biafran Republic government in exile is. who have crawled the sabotaging fraudulent group into using Nigeria Zoo as the name of their fraud. USB belong to Briggy. I will remind Una Madam Ngozi Orabeze that using Nigeria to cover her offenses will not save her because the foundation of her the foundation of her overall activities since 2nd of December 2024 are embedded in fraud and organized crime. Any shishi makes, whether fake or not, using this fraudulent method will be calculated later in court. Finally, they have, to them, because this is a kind of hijack, they have hijacked what does not belong to them. Who is this woman, you may ask? Who is Helen Peters? Not Helen Peters. Helen Peters is another Okoko. But the person leading their camp now is this one called Nkiru. Nkiru, for some of you that have forgotten, because I've shared this chart here many times, Nkiru made this post before now. This is Nkiru that is telling you how to lead. I hope I can zoom this better. Now let us go through it carefully. Here, I have showed this chart many times already, and this will not be the last time I'm gonna. I will be showing you this chart until PM comes out. As long as we are here on social media, I will be reminding you who this woman is every now and then. I will take it upon myself. From time to time, I will be revisiting this chart because it's very, very important for a reason. This is her Twitter, her tweet last year, 2024. Last year, 2024. January, February, March 19th last year, March 19th last year. You can see it here. 3/19/24. She was making a response to somebody like this. He said, I said it before, Simon Ekpa talks exactly like those evil people APC. She was hell-bent with obedience from DS to obedient. So then obedient people was very, very angry with the PM, and their number one enemy in the whole world is APC. This woman was busy comparing PM with APC and their members. And she furthered the statement by saying, This whole vibes, his whole vibes, sorry, exude APC, like the vibe that she's receiving from PM, you know, it sounds or seems to be like that of APC. No surprises here at all, she said. On January, the same last year, her post continued. This is 27th of January 2024. The same year that Biafran was declared, she was not with the PM all through. Ghting. She was not from January to October. She was not with. She don't believe in anything PM. She was very, very attached to DOS and I know IPOB. Here she said again, Ekpa is sponsored. Period. In Ghting, Ekpa is sponsored. Period. Because they are the one who can you remember the people that people that used to say that PM was sponsored by Tinubu? Remember, she's one of them. He does not talk like a human being. Nkiru was saying this. He does not talk like a human being. You come down here, Nkiru again, on February 21st, 2024. Nkiru continued. She said again, speak for yourself. Real ever best. I fully support Nnamdi Kanu and his original plan. I don't know about Simon Ekpa. Last year before convention, before the declaration. Are you following it? Then this one was a year before, 2023. So with these three tweets, you can sense the mindset of the woman. The question is now, what has changed? What has changed? Why is she now sounding as if she cares about PM and she is in support of PM? And somebody actually asked that question. I promise to play it again, and I'm going to bring that video again. Let us listen to that in Nkiru's statement in why such as platform. This was it last month or this month? I believe it should be this month because this is a recent one. Let me bring this this down. Now, somebody who understands, who is aware of this data that you do now,
why are we setting up
is
embassies?
to ask Nkiru question. Now, this
declaration of independence. You don't even know what you're talking about. You are speaking completely out of context. Feature and debate on that topic. Make out time. Just you and I can make debate. On that topic. You don't know what you're talking about. You are speaking to a lawyer, international lawyer. You don't even know what you're talking about.
na Finland enwere Biafra embassy na Finland. Then o ya say nna ba ejo mana biko ekwe ma wo na ejo mmadụ ajụjụ ị hapụ onye ahụ za mana ejo ma ejuru nke ile ajụjụ ikwe ye ka ọ za ajụjụ ejuru ya o nwere ka ọ dị. O nwere ka ọ dị. And then already juice gụnwa jiri iwe wee pụ ebe a like emojis wee were iwe pụ ọhụ ka esi eme ọ ka isi azọpụ ya ọ ka esi zọpụta ụmụnne gị ọ dịkwa egwu.
Refugees about yes, mana biko our brother biko ka njọ gị o nwere ihe chọrọ ịjụ gị Ngozi o mere destabilizere Biafran army biko ka m jụọ ọ ihe ọbata obi eziri ya mee ka ọ maazị Nnamdi Kanu ziri ya mee ajụjụ nwere igbo biko. Am I unmuted?
No, ọ nụgụ na-abụ
ajụjụ ọ kedu ihe bụ ajụjụ?
Now pay close attention from here. This is the part that I want you to just pick something. Forget about the argument I'm making there. Just hear the question that Nkiru, you know, that every sensible human being should ask Nkiru, and the way she answered that Then after saying that, we can now verify it based on her post. Listen.
When did you know?
Did you hear that? When did I insult Obatobie? When did you know me? I just read this her tweet. Because this is what I ask her. Are you the same Nkiru that made this post that I just showed to you people now? Or are you different Nkiru? She said, when did I insult Obatobie? But I have shown you the insult, right? I have shown you guys the insult. And I told you the time and the date, the year she made that comment. But she's here denying that. Again, it's not ending here. Pay attention.
Did I know about Obie before? Did I know about Obie before? Okay.
That she don't know about Obie before, she don't even, so how can she insult someone that she don't know? But the tweet is with us. Never again.
Yes, I was supporting Obi. That was 2 years ago.
I was supporting Obi. That was 2 years ago. I was supporting Obi. That was 2 years. But as of 2024, is it 2 years ago? 2024 and they buy a big one. 2024 from now, 2025 and 2024. Where is it 2 years ago? I quite get it. She criminals.
Exactly. I like it on years. I don't years. Now before now I support now I follow about Obie before now I support Obie. You also go yes. Okay,
good question.
First of all, I'm not the Simon.
In Ania, first of all, I put on the Simon Ekpa. We PM on the medicine. Or Simon Ekpa. I put on the Simon Ekpa. The question is now who you are out to support by who called you? Who are you supporting then? So you cannot see why I said about Ginkere and these people they have something maybe agreement, because how did you know Ginkere then without PM? Because you said that you are part of the Makasam, or you give them a then we keep from their ATM, and that's why it is very easy for her to make begin to get grand in fallback now. And in the same, because they have seen that this woman and these US people who hated PM with everything in them are the one making more noise than every genuine, sensible Biafrans that follow PM all this while. Now, in that camp, but I'm not talking about a USB. I'm talking about it within themselves. No, these US people are the one representing Ogenkere the way Ogenkere wants. Therefore, they are not calling for backup, for people to follow them again.
Honestly, also okay.
We are talking about now. Why you are now speaking as if you care about Briggy, about autopilot, about anything in Biafra. Normally, you said you support PM as fine. That's IPOB. Okay. Now, IPOB, genuine. I'm not talking about IPOB Nigeria now. No. I'm talking about IPOB that all of you supported before autopilot. Now, you did not support autopilot on this one until PM was captured or arrested or detained or questioned. Then you now realize, okay, it is right thing for me to join now.
Nigeria is not working out now. Now, do you believe in what
The question is, are you saying that when PM was here, Biafra they were not hosting space? If you go, so you cannot see the agenda. When she says something, know where she's coming from. I told you about the personal interest, how they always put their personal interest before another thing. This woman is acting on that. The agenda is to make sure that everything PM have or PM led is being destroyed and cajoked, and she's holding it very, very well, powered by Ogenkere.
That's just it. So no, do you believe of what Obatobie is doing? When we were obedient, no, do you believe in Biafra now? When I was obedient now. I want to know, do you believe in what Obatobie is doing, or just doing because people before grown up?
She can't answer that. To tell you that she's not here for Biafra OPM. If truly she loves BPM, this is one of the simplest questions to answer. But watch how she answered that.
What do you mean? I'm asking you a question as a Biafra number. This struggle. Okay. I want to know where you stand. Because he not here carrying the vision on Biafra that carries the number and before. And you enter
You see, this is the reason why Isocha is also a prime suspect. This is one of the reasons why this woman also is a prime. The lady is in her platform. She couldn't answer that question, not at all. Not only in Kiru, we have Oyenka, Eunice PB. Please, all of you watch. I have shown it before, so let us go through it together. Let me see if the screenshot is not complete. Oh, this one is not complete. Okay, but this is her response to PM post, where PM said that she's coming out for State of Nation broadcast. This woman replied to PM on 2023 that no, wait, let me take it back. She replied to her response to PM is two captains cannot be in the same boat. Are you getting it? Two captains cannot be in the same boat. Look at the year 2023. These are people who never for once value or like PM whatsoever. They are the one leading Ogenkere, headline news and everything. You see how they roll. And this, let me not go there. When PM, we go see how this one will end now. So now, I will send the link for some of you that want to have something to say. You can join us starting from now, and I have other things to share with you. Okay, while waiting for you to come in, and while waiting for you to join me, if you wish, I will also bring another thing for you. But just a moment. Let us hear this.
Too much. They should go and call U.S. Department of Justice. She's begging. They should go and call. Hey! I will cut that place out and make it very short. The cry is too much. But remember that they cried here and say they are no more BRGIA.
Carved. Biafra has been declared. We are no longer in Briggy and can never go back to Briggy. We are the United States of Biafra. All the structures, no longer in Briggy and can never go back to Briggy. We are the United States of Biafra. All the structures, we are no longer in Briggy and can never go back to Briggy. We are the United States of Biafra. All the structures, in Briggy and can never go back to Briggy. Biafra has been declared. We are no longer in Briggy and can never go back to Briggy.
That is how madness works. You are no longer in Briggy and you can never go back to Briggy. Now the lamentation starts.
Because he is one of the lowest lives ever. Njoku is in charge of I. Put him as part of their they call it, that's their own brig, but the brig, the Biafra Republic government in exile, which our leader, our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, Njoku is in charge of. I am in charge of that. put him as part of their they call it, that's their own brig, but the brig, the Biafra Republic government in exile, which our leader, our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa Njoku is in charge of. I am in charge of that. Them. You pack all of them, put them there. All of them, including the one called Elias and Dabiri. And Biafrans, I want you all, those of you that have the access to write.
Now here the begging start to Biafrans, I want you all. Now here the begging start. Those of
Now, before we go for that, let me reply to Sonia Bana, because this guy, you think you have brain, but honestly, what you have is the same brain of Akpabio, Senate president. That's the same brain you have. What she has said here, with that, honestly, before this part where she has explained it in another one, this is what I have in my mind to tell you. When somebody said that I cannot go back to Briggy, does not mean that you are not from Briggy. When you buy something original and somebody want to copy that original to make it look like original, you say that, like for example, fake Panadol and original Panadol. If I say that, no, I cannot buy, I don't like this your Panadol, but this Panadol I know. They're not, you cannot say that, oh, because the word is Panadol, Panadol. You think that they are all the same. No. When you say they are the same, that means, okay, you, with your brain, who is the Briggy? What is the Briggy? What is the difference between Briggy of PM and the Briggy that you guys are piloting now? Even as powerful as PM is, he has never for once, as a prime minister, take charge of fund, take charge of men on ground, take charge of everything, only him. But in the space of 3 months, you have Ogen Kere, who is in charge of this, in charge of that. And you guys will turn on your camera and tell Biafrans, you have to maintain the original structure that PM gave. What is the original structure? Now you have different COS. Now you don't have any office for finance minister. Now you don't, because you're the finance minister of PM is now your APM automatically. And out of criminal mind you guys have, your mindset is filled with evil. You are not telling people, oh, don't worry. This Briggy is the best. Briggy is the best. You don't touch the structure, but you are the one touching the structure every now and then. From COS, you change it to another COS. You now make conflict resolution committee people to become elected body of Briggy, of your own fallback Briggy. When PM was said, there's nothing like elected body, but you created that department. Now, at his absence, you create another department now for Units BP and PB with Kiru and Helepetas to join you, to have a place to operate from DOS, from obedient. And you on your camera to call people who actually question you. You call them obedient people, whereas you are feeding obedient queen in your house. You see how criminal-minded you guys. So she is saying that not your Briggy, that Briggy that PM formed, which is true, because all the cabinet members now, all the information ministers, everything now is in USB. PM is aware of the list. He's aware of the name, meaning that PM already agreed for a new structure, a new body, a new government to lead. But like I said when I started, these people, as long as you're moving fast, they will tell you slow down, because you are the way you are moving, we are unable to pick our interest to run with you. And if you dare challenge them, they will tear you apart. My brother Greg, I see you. Have the mic. Let's hear from you. Armstrong, thank you so much for the super chat. He said, this Sonny cut and join does not make sense at all. No, to him now, he's a very good media warrior. You are talking to my brother. Have the mic. God bless you, Armstrong. May God reward you mightily.
Thank you. Good evening, Maze.
Good evening, one man.
Happy Sunday as we move
Happy Father.
Thanking God for Happy Father's Day as well. Thank God that we are still alive and we are doing what we're supposed to be doing.
Yes, sir.
I thank God for our lives and the life of our masters and leaders who are suffering for us in the forefront, Mazinam Dekan and the Simon Ekpa. They will always be the first in every comment to thank God for their life and the strength that God has bestowed upon them, that it will increase and increase and increase their strength and their knowledge and their wisdom. And God will victoriously set them free and set Biafra free. That is our prayer.
Yes, sir.
So, yes, my brother. First of all, I want to start with this criminal journalist in Nigeria. The so idiot that said they give him chieftaincy in Igbo land. He is just mocking the Igbos. They use the so-called elite to mock the general Igbo public.
Yes,
So, because somebody already just invite him, when they invite them, they will come to the east, like all those criminal Soludo, Mba, they will invite them to Enugu house or Nauka. And after this, that they will go and give them one something, and just to present them the media to bribe, is a kind of bribing them. And they said they gave him a chieftaincy. Did he know what the meaning of chieftaincy? When Igbo land was Igbo land, before they give you chieftaincy, they will know what you have done in that community.
Exactly.
So it is the whole community that will gather and say that you qualify. But now it doesn't matter. If you want to get 100 chieftaincy in Igbo land today, the only thing you need to just to change your money, share all the obis and the igwes and all these things, 50,000 naira. They give you chieftaincy title. That is the only thing that is happening in Igbo land, but it was not like that before. Before they can give you chieftain title in Igbo land, they will know what you have done for the community before they will give you any chieftaincy title. So this evil man that was describing our PM as being coward, and he said he's a content creator. Which content creator? And here is analyzing the 12 years imprisonment according to Finland law. This idiot have not been to Finland before. So he's now more intelligent than the Finland persecutor that said that was suggesting a 6 years imprisonment. Now he added another 6 years on top. He knows the law more than the persecutor that is in Finland. So that will show you the kind of people we have, because our Igbo politicians and the Igbo elites give them the power to insult their citizens and cajole the Igbo people. These useless people, they will be in Yoruba land and try to decide for you what will happen in your own house, as long as you're an Eastern person. That is what we are suffering, because our own people sell everything out. Obasanjo said, I use Igbo people during Nigerian Biafra war to fight the Igbo people, and that is what they are still doing today. Let me start with the so-called IPOB. The IPOB today, I think I saw something on the internet. They open office in Germany. They call it headquarters of recently. That should be either 2 days ago.
No, they have done that. They have done that days ago. I saw that news from Master Prophet. He was hammering on that. I think last month or early this month, if I'm not mistaken. He was hammering on that, but I don't have time to. I don't pay attention to that nonsense, because whether they open office is not my business.
Okay. So, number one is this. You are an IPOB. Before Simon Ekpa joined the fight for freedom. You as IPOB have been proscribed.
Okay.
They have started calling you terrorists even before Simon Ekpa entered. Before Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped in Kenya, they have labeled IPOB terrorists in Nigeria. And nothing happens about it. They kidnapped Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and they added in his case as a terrorist, and they add terrorists in his case. So now, before Simon Ekpa enter and start fighting for freedom, they have been killing Biafrans without gun. And the reason IPOB, we are the people who were sending people out to go and protest, and they were killing them in numbers. The same IPOB was the people who helped Simon Ekpa to Nnamdi Kanu to organize Eastern Security Network even before Simon Ekpa joined. Because Eastern Security Network have been organized, but has not been presented. So when Simon Ekpa joined 2019, 2020, before Nnamdi Kanu asked them to showcase the Eastern Security Network as people who will go inside the bush and drive away headsmen. But mind you, they have been already been tagged as terrorists. So these criminals that call themselves IPOB, DOS, when someone Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped, they said they don't want to do anything because they don't want to be called terrorists. Simon Ekpa said, if the public on their own, decide to sit at home, that him, Simon Ekpa, will support them in sitting at home. So, showing that the Simon Ekpa was not the one who initiated sitting at home, but he support people because of the oppressed, because of the killing. When they march on the street, they will be killed. The people who call themselves IPOB, on the process of they don't want to support Simon Ekpa in sit at home, or the public in the Biafra land to sit at home, they decide to make a protest in Aba where they kill how many IPOBs when they put on white. They were trying to showcase that Nnamdi Kanu is wearing white. So all of them went and saw white up and down. And they went as a this in Aba, and many of them were killed. I don't know if you follow, if you know about that.
Yeah, I do.
Eh? So
I do.
those guys were killed and nothing happens. Those people who killed those people, they were not terrorists. They were marching without anything.
Anything.
Without anything. They did not kill them. The government is not called terrorist. Then the so-called IPOB approach the government of Anambra and the Imo State and will start working with them, and went to with Nigerian government and start killing people. They start buying people when the people sit at home. They were the military, the police, they were forcing sit at home only just to criminalize Simon Ekpa.
Exactly.
Which Simon Ekpa was, all those things were on his presentations.
And
He
the
was
people
making.
that my brother, and funny enough, people that killed those that holding Nigerian flag, not Biafran flag now, no, carrying the Nigerian flag on, in the toll gate in Lagos State. They
Yes.
killed people. Those people that killed them are they Simon Ekpa?
No. So,
Okay.
and those people that kill people that were carrying Nigerian flag, did they call those people terrorists? Did anybody go and arrest the Tinubu or the governor of Lagos State at that time, or Buhari, who was the president at that time? No, but they were not terrorists. So any crime they commit in Eastern side, they call it terrorists. And the so-called IPOB and DOS were campaigning it. You remember the video or the something that is that when China Sanwo-Olu said that they are the people who are doing those things, and Simon Ekpa will be somewhere shouting water without even knowing what is happening. That they are the one who carrying out those things. You don't know if you were following up on that time. So these criminals, you see, are parading themselves as freedom fighter. Not single one of them were a freedom fighter. I'm telling you, they were only after the money they were making and the position they are holding. They were deceiving Nnamdi Kanu from left and right. The only true person that came out and he started fighting for freedom was Simon Ekpa, because Simon Ekpa doesn't have anything in criminal in him. That's why he said, before you can be a freedom fighter and you want to work with him, you must show your face. We are not criminals. We are not terrorists. That is when people started showing their face in the scream, which he did. And they bring it, even his ID card, and show his complete name with date of birth. So how can you tap such a person a terrorist? Can a terrorist show his ID on his face? So these people, they were not freedom fighter. And the same thing is what is happening with this Ogen Kere now. Ogen Kere knew, and his group know what they're doing with this Sonny Akbarawa. Sonny Akbarawa had never been a freedom fighter. If he had been a freedom fighter, Sonny Akbarawa must have gone far in the area of Akwa Ibom to make that. By now, with his influence, Akwa was supposed to have a very strong hold of freedom fighting in their land, but he were not fighting. He was only after the money and deceiving people. So what am I trying to say? That Jide, who is cajoling the Igbos and trying to tell the Igbos that they were clever, Igbos are clever. Which kind of clever are the Igbo?
Do you know
How
that he was even promoting kinetic and non-kinetic approach? If I play that video to the end, you hear the part where he says something like that. In fact, he was even clapping for Hope of them that he loved his toughness, the way he handling them. He said these are people, and he cannot say the same thing to people that are sacking and buying even the people from the royal family in the West.
Let me ask. Now, I want to ask the fool, the criminal Jide. What was they supposed to call Tinubu and the Sanwo-Olu in this last election of 2023?
Smart
That the people were massacred in Lagos. People were prevented from going to the poll. Their businesses were destroyed, and they were threatened not to do any election in Lagos. What was his stand? Why didn't he stand against Tinubu and call Tinubu a terrorist? What is called terrorist in the first place? Now he's praising Uzodinma because Uzodinma is killing his people. Then Uzodinma is the best man for them because Uzodinma is destroying his people. When the Lagos king say, if any Igbo man did not vote to APC, they will throw him and his family in Lagoon. Where were Jide? Why did Jide not sound very strong against the king of Lagos? When a wife of what do you call him, Tinubu said, if Igbos are not marrying the Yorubas, that they will make sure they drive them and drive them away and put them in this and claim all their properties. Where were you there? That
Uzoma will just disappear. I don't know why you did, because I did not see you on time. Can you come back again? Let's all hear from you. My brother, just summarize in 1 minute. Let's hear from other people.
So what I'm trying to say is, these people are not for us. And it's very painful that it's our people that is killing us. Let me touch small before I end up in concerning the idiot Sani Akbarawa.
You can still come back. You can still come back.
Okay.
Understand? You can. It's not your final submission. You can still come back and make comments. Ocean Master, are you free? Ocean Master, are you here?
Yeah, they were Mazikai.
Greetings to
And
you. Happy Father Day.
my brother, I thank God and happy Father's Day to you as well. That reminds me, happy Father's Day to Biafrans, the men of Biafran's land. I greet you all according by your time zone. Mazikai, this very particular man, he play voice here, this Kedafia Otitoju, Mbo Kedafia Jide Otitoju. This man, that man used to be my very favorite years back on analyzing on journalist hangout. But that man broke my heart when I begin to see his attitude towards Biafrans. In the case of Mazin Kanu, this man have done a lot and said a lot against Mazin Kanu and the Igbos. And if you don't follow it or if you don't listen to it, you know, if you don't take time, you will not really understand where that man is going, because sometimes his words sound as if he's talking in the favor of Hebrews, but in reality, opposite is the case. Not only him, there are few of them that used to sit down there. Oh my God, if you listen to them, that is when I begins to hate the program that I used to love so much. This Jide Utitoju, I think he have a link with Kogi and some part of Yoruba. His history is somehow. So this man's supposed to be a very good man in terms of analyzing things in truth and fairness, but he choose not. He have been meeting with even these terrorists. He have been interviewing them. If you listen to most of his programs, you will know that he have interviewed a lot of these people that are causing harm in Nigerian soil. But this man choose not to say things the way they are. Being a Yoruba man, though there are some good Yoruba people, but this Jide and co, they are very bad, especially when it turns to Igbo people. Anyway, I will come back in the case to talk about this guy, because sometimes it's very heartbroken that people who claim that they went to school like him, who have been into their journalist profession for long years and have traveled a lot, that will be talking in the manner that he's talking today. So Mazikai in Biafrans, there's a lot, but please let me have a little time because I'm very, very tired. Then I will come back. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. But I wonder why you allow yourself to be heartbroken by Jide. What was he saying that got your attention to him? I don't understand. What was he saying?
In those days, in the journalist hangout, when you think about the situation in that zoo country, the politics, how it's going. If you look at how he analyze, sometimes it's different in a very different way, to be fair. But coming to the case of Biafra, it turns the way that I could not believe, because I expected that even when other Yorubas are talking in some ways, that he would be in the position to correct on certain situation, but opposite has become the case. That is where my heart broken off him, because I used to like him. That is the truth.
Okay.
So Mazika,
I did not get to know him then. That's what because everything ever since I started listen to him, I have not picked one thing that will make me to say, oh, this man has no. All I can see is bigotry, hate,
Yes, when it turns to
lies.
Igbos,
So
when it turns to Igbos or Biafrans, that is where you see the bigotness in him. That is when I begins to hate him. But if you go back in time to listen to the way he analyzed things, you know, it is quite different. But when it comes to our own people, look at him. Look at Grafia Abad, Ruben Abad. And there's other some of them that I in that TVC channel and the other one, Arise
arise.
TV. Yes, these guys, believe you me, sometime if you listen to them, you feel like burning the television and burning the station if you have the opportunity. But look at it, sometime I don't mostly blame them. You know why, Mazikai?
Why?
Because give me the reason that as big as this nation called Igbo nation or Southeast, so to call, with all the great men there, tell me why we will allow those people to control the media. Is it that we don't have the money to set up media stations that can compete or be strong? Though I know of a Minaj and how they use politics to kill that station. If not, upon all the names that we have in Igbo land, P2B who have been claiming this, that, and this, in his capacity, I do believe that he can set up radio stations, not even radios, television stations that can compete, just like that of Channel TVC and Arise. Then talk about these people claim to be politicians and leaders. Why do they not set up those things? Because if we have gotten such, this
No,
nonsense.
my brother, that will not even. I don't think it will solve anything because what Jide is doing, what Jide is saying now. Okay,
Hmm.
Nigerian government is also in support of that. If you open the radio station or TV station and begin to say it the way it is, you not they will not only fold, they will not only close it, they will penalize you. You have to you have to pay charges. Do you
I
know
I
that
agree. I agree with you.
they don't have freedom there? That's just number one. Imagine
Yes.
okay, that's why they're struggling about that. We are saying what we're saying now because of social media.
Yeah.
Apart from social media, you have to bribe them to even talk about Biafra in the radio station. You understand? Once in a while, you have to pay.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's not social media is the reason why we are still breathing. If not,
Yeah.
and mind you, our region we are conquered people. It is very hard
Yeah.
to accept, but that's what it is. We are until we start to rewrite our story. This our story is not all that good though. Because we lost the war and the consequences is not friendly at all. And our people are pretending
Exactly.
that there's no consequences. That's why we keep on repeating the same thing again. We don't have men at all. That's what we don't have. So is that you have rich people is different from you have people that know what to do and when to do it. Thank you so much, my
Yeah.
brother. God bless
Thank you, Mazakai. I
you.
totally agree with you because I saw what they do with the AIT when they talked on certain
Uh-huh.
things.
Thank you.
CNBC just came hard on them,
Thank you.
shut them down. Thank you. Let me allow other people to contribute. Then I will come up maybe after I've showered. Let me gain
All
some
right.
strength. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Ole, on mic, on mute your mic. Ole, are you there?
Yeah, my brother. How are you, my brother? How is everything?
I am good. You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm just listening to this guy about G-Day of a thing, it's like our previous brother just said now, he was the kind of person I used to watch in TVC far back. If I should say, I was kind of a little bit addicted to the program. Then he was talking about Nigeria stuff and all those stuff, those about what is happening in Nigeria. But there's one time I was watching this program during the time of this Boko Haram of a thing happening in Borno State and every other thing that's happening in that area.
Mm-hmm.
There's one thing he said in one of his programs with this guy who's anchoring the program as well. What is his name? Aki? What's his name? The moderator. Anyway, no, that's not important. But there's a comment the guy said. There's one thing he commented. He said, do you know in the north, all the whole north as a whole, is the Fulanis are the one ruling the whole north. Up to the local government chairman, to the list of leadership is always the Fulanis are the one controlling it. Non-Hausa, so-called Hausa person you can find in power in the north. When this guy said this word, like our previous brother said, he said he used to interview those terrorist group and all those and some governors and all those things. He used to interview them, he used to go to them and answer questions and all those things when this thing was happening. But the thing struck my mind. I said, wait a minute, man. This man called himself he's a journalist and he's been in this profession for years. Now, you know all these things happening in your front of you and you can't even come out and say the truth to the people. Instead, you are going to place, getting handout, getting an award, and every other thing. So that means to say, what kind of journalism this man is doing? From that day, I stopped anything concerned about that program. Anytime I hear his voice, I became like when you were playing it. I was even angry with it myself. Even if you see some of my comment, I was really, really angry. You see, what am I saying? It's just like when you call me bigotry, it's just a mere word. That guy is part of the evil that's encroached in that country, because I think when I say someone is a journalist, it's for you to come out to say the truth, what is happening in the society, so people can know where to fall themselves into. But this man is part of the people that have made the situation of the country to be the way it is. Whoever comes to tell me that he likes him, or do anything, everybody has his own choice for the best. I can't say to myself, I like the program. It does not mean I like him. But him being one of the main anchor of their program, because I think I later on I find out that even though he's part of TVC, a worker is kind of the president, we represent TVC as well. But to hear him saying all these things, man, I was kind of to say, yes, what kind of journalism these Nigerian people are practicing? And the same person will be the one trying to convince you to let you, there's also a time when he will say things to let you know what is going to be at front. People will think that he's predicting it because of the way he's making his research and doing it. Not knowing that it's part of the game. He is part of the game. That guy is part of the game. So I'm not even scared about to hear me talking about the case concerning our PM, concerning our Biafra. I'm not scared. When he talk about IPOB was having an alignment with the governors and everything, the Iberian societies and others. Anyway, everybody knows about it. Even our PM have said it before. So, but you now to come now to tell me that PM is doing something which the IPOB was one who sold the master in the first place. They sold him for a peanut. And at the end of the day, what do you want them to do? And everybody can see the handwritten on the wall that they did it by themselves. So whoever wants to tell me that they don't know what IPOB have done in the future, that person must be look for a psychiatric hospital to get his brain be evaluated to know that you don't have to think in this way. Everybody, every little child knows that they're the one who sold Nnamdi Kanu, and they're the one who were fighting against this Biafra thing to come. You know, and you can even see the playbook are still playing in this so-called fallback republic. So if you look at the whole thing, my brother, it's annoying, no? It's really annoying, because how can a man who was anchoring his program, he was saying about PM, he was trying to dodge some people's messages because you don't want to read them out, because that's how they do the things. He's one that will suit them, their narrative. That's what when they will go to read it out. But I think a good journalist will always say everything that he sees, that to everybody to judge the opinion of people's mind, about to know who is wrong and who is right. You know, you are judging against a PM. It's causing a terrorism and all those things. All the things have been happening in Nigeria as we speak today. Do you want to tell me you don't see it? And see the latest one that happened, that if there's a terrorist is having a meeting with the military and the head of the, and they read it in their own news. It was broadcast. They were having a common ground meeting and all those things. And you see those people attending the meeting, they were having their own guns by the shoulder. And the military was there. Now, who is following who? Who is following who? So you want to tell me that what PM is doing is fighting for his interests of his own people, protecting them is a crime. And the man who is telling you this thing is in his own father's backyard. He's been occupied, though. His own father's compound is being occupied. And you're putting your eye on some people who are fighting to liberate themselves from this kind of evil that shackled them around their neck. And you are putting your eye on what is going on. I don't even understand it sometimes. Where is anything that happened? People don't want to think about what is happening in other parts of that so-called country. Everybody wants to focus their attention in East. Like you said before, you said it's like in the Bible, comment in the Bible, make I say, okay, no, nke no ni more hand ekwebe as na ngiga. You talking? So everything has been played. The playbook is being played just because they think that everybody will fold their arms and let themselves be slaughtered like others. But God forbid, man. God forbid. God forbid. It will never, ever, ever, ever happen. It will never, ever happen. Because I don't see the reason why this man will come here to open his dirty mouth to talk about PM. A man who have never one day committed any crime against anybody. Instead, he was telling his people to prepare, protect yourself. Not just let yourself being killed all the time. Then you were trying to make picture. You know, sometimes this guy, they picture things that you ask yourself, where do they get those information? Because they have the same clique, the same group, the same thing, everything the same.
Exactly.
The same. My brother, keep on doing your good job, because our brother who just spoke last time, he spoke the fact. And that guy, let me tell you one thing, you know. You see, when you are chasing a shadow, and you think you're gonna, because I've never seen any person who have caught a shadow. Have you ever one day caught a shadow? Biafra is like a shadow. You can't get hold of Biafra. Do you understand me? Biafra is like a shadow. Yeah. You can never hold Biafra. You can't. Because their shadow, the shadow, you can see it. You can see that this thing is real. It's not fake. So you can't get hold of it. They can't hold shadow. They can never hold shadow. Biafra is like a shadow. So whoever thinking that is going to bring Biafra down to at this stage we are now today, bro, that person should go and think twice. Oh, you should go and think twice. Because the only thing Nigeria is good at is to use that money they are stealing from the people to pump it to all different foreign countries and everything, thinking that because Nigeria don't have a justice, they don't know how to judge, to go for a case to win or to do anything. They use the money to buy up whatever they can buy, like what your so-called ATM is doing with his group of gang. The mad idiot who lives in France, my brother, you know. there's one thing I would want to say about that mad dog, that dog that lives in France. I think it's hard time for people to start to think how they can get a chain to chain that dog, because you know when a dog run mad, he bite, and he bite the owners. That's what that mad dog is doing. The chain have been loose now. She's biting both the owners and everything. So the best thing to do is to find a chain to chain that dog. It's a dog and it's a dog. And when a mad dog is loose, there's nothing you can do. The only way to do is to find a way to get hold of the dog and you chain the dog. Get the dog locked away. When I helped your program, is it one of yesterday? We should try to analyze the program of fundraising and all those things. What she's happening in her mouth and saying it. The same idiot who's saying that he doesn't even know how to speak in English. The one trying to and the same idiot is the one, because I watched the program this morning before I went to church from this guy Humble Lions program, because he aired this program this morning when the guy was analyzing some of her comment. It's like the same dog is the one fighting for interest of Finland. Then you ask yourself, hold on, no, what is going on? So we need to find a way we can find chain to chain that mad dog and get that dog get away. Just get before you keep on biting, because that dog is biting. He's really biting big time, eh? That is my own feeling I'm saying about it, eh? That mad dog in France is really biting a lot. Because what is coming out from the dog's mouth, I don't think a normal human being can take it. A human being who have sense won't just condole it and swallow it, because the dog is getting out of hand. That's why I'll have to say it now. I think I'll be in the background listening, and I'll be back again later, my brother. Keep your good job going. You hear me? Hello? Hello, Kai.
Maybe, can you hear me, my brother? Are you listening?
Yeah, I can hear you, my brother.
Okay, maybe Kai is not close to his microphone, but let me just add a little voice in what you're just saying. You look at that mad dog in France. You call her, and I call her the public property in France. The woman, I think there are more to what she is doing.
Exactly.
Not just looking at it from the angle of madness.
Yeah. This is not the issue about I'm angry with you.
Yeah.
You know?
Because if you look at what Mazi Simon Ekpa said about her, Mazi Simon Ekpa said that this woman, you are up to something. And that word is more deeper than the way it sounds.
Than the way it sounds, yeah. That's the way it sounds.
This morning on the Humble Lions channel, and I told Biafrans, if this woman lived in France, looking at the role France is playing against this new nation, Biafra.
Yeah, they are part of the game as well.
Looking at the role Britain is playing against this new nation, Biafra, and the role they are playing against Biafrans in totality. This woman have not opened her mouth one day on her channel to make comment or disposition about that. Check all her programs. She have never one day condemned the country that she's living in or what they are doing against African nation. I begins to think in some other directions that there are things that are fanning what this woman is doing. No matter we may be looking at that this woman did not go to school, she didn't went to school as she said. But people like that can be used as well in causing damages.
Of course. Sorry, brother, because her voice can get down to the local. You know, because you're
Yes.
saying when you want to have to fight something before you get to the top, you start from the local. Her voice is like
Yes.
a local voice, you know, and what she's doing a lot of damages, but people
Yeah.
don't understand it. People think she's just yabbing because of she feel like kind of to say she want to play saga. Why am I saying that? Because
Exactly.
you know, in the time of this Burkina Faso terror issue. Do you know this woman?
Yeah.
She's against Burkina Faso.
Wow.
She's against Traore.
Yes.
You know, she is.
That is to show you that she knew what she's doing very
What
well.
she's
That
doing. Yes, she's
maybe
doing.
something is fanning something that is more than what I sees is
Mm-hmm,
fanning what
mm-hmm,
she's doing.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It's
And
incredible.
do you notice something? After she'd been expelled from USB cabinet, she don't come closer to anything concerned about plan of power and every other thing. Do you know that there's
Yeah.
a peace in that community of that government? There's a peaceful, things are working perfectly well and everything. And one thing I'll notice in her is like she's like it's like a thief who will steal and come out in public before people answer. Well, please, I'm looking for my property. Then they will say, "Oh, I don't know who steal ammo. They suspect now this guy and I steal ammo." That's the kind of character she portrayed during the time she was still USB.
I'm not cutting you off, but I want to tell you, if you have listened to that Humble Lions channel, I've said it many times that woman, since she was in the cabinet, even in the
Mm-hmm.
cabinet of Obatubie, if you listen, you will know my voice. This
Mm-hmm.
woman have been there as a saboteur and a Judas.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
woman, if you remember the time that she will be coming out when there will be cabinet meeting,
Yeah.
immediately on that cabinet meeting, informations will be leaking out. And exactly as the cabinet meeting will be closed or when they finish, immediately this woman will come on camera and be shouting. There is saboteurs. There is saboteurs. There are saboteurs are here.
We'll fish the sabo out.
Yes, she will be talking and talking and talking and talking. But meanwhile, she is the one who is passing the information live as the meeting is going on.
Yeah. And I think,
And look at it.
I think she played a very good role then because most of the things that this so-called boy, faceless man that nobody knows if it is white, if it is black, if it is Ben, if it is tall,
Yeah.
if it is cripple, call Biafra Unite. You know, so it's like if you just go back and start to think about how the whole things is just be unfolding about the whole situation about the things, you find out that this woman have been playing a lot of big role against the government all this time. And again, there's one time, you know, sometimes you will not know when you will say the truth because we thought a lot of lies will be coming out from you, but you don't know the day you say the truth about the things you are doing. Do you know there's one time she said that Ndo Haneze is trying to buy her off for her to campaign for them, and she turned them down. The day that woman said that, the day she said that word, I was step back a little bit and say, wait a minute, one year back where. But you know, with benefit of that, you need to allow the person to come out fully.
Yeah. The woman is just like the spy that loves me.
And she make one comment, and she make comment say she's so close to one of the Ohanese man. She's a bit of the sometimes the man will call and they will talk to a length. So the man will share some certain things to her, but just because of the way she loved the Biafra, Obatobe, she don't want to do anything that to fall back to them to do anything with the Ohanese. They don't know, and all those things are lies.
I agree with you. I agree with you. She was just
you start to connect the dots. Then you find out that this lady have been doing a lot of damages. A lot. When a PM will say to you, do you know how many times I've called this woman border? I can't count it.
I called this lady in quote because I used to talk with her. I used to, because she used our local language. I am one of the person that built. Yes. I am one of the person that helped in building that very channel to the level it is. And I used to call her. We interact. I used to call on her program. But when I found out on certain things and I begins to talk to her, try to advise her, try to call her to order, this woman begins to cut phone on me. And at a point I told her, I will not call you again, but mark you that the way we build your platform is the way that platform will go down.
Of course.
Because you have turned as a gun against us, against the truth, against so far that Biafra have come, against so many people that have died on this journey, against the radicalization that you were part of.
They don't care. They don't.
Yes.
They don't care.
So,
they don't care. It's like what, sorry, bro, to cut. You see, everything like what Nnamdi said, everything for them is for marketing. Every situation they use it for marketing. They use it for gain.
Yeah.
They use it for gain. Sometimes with my age now, I don't think about myself anymore. I think about my kids. I think about after me, what will be the next for them after me? Because I've been in here for now. I know how the situation is, but after me, if this thing continues, how is going to be like? How is going to be after me? So any reasonable human being should have this in back of your mind. Because what kind of money are you going to give to someone that freedom? Do you know what's called freedom is much more important than silver and gold? Even diamond.
My brother,
it's priceless.
The greatest thing that God did after creating human being is to give human beings freedom.
He give you freedom.
That is why there is no amount that can buy freedom for you. Look at what you just said. Look at what you just said. Just look at what you said now.
Just to help you, what you just said, what we are saying now. Do you know there's one comment this boy, this idiot, this pig in the Greek said one time? His last interview, if I may remember, he said, how you expect the person that hold you down to release you freely like that? Do you think it's possible? Say the Igbos are the people who are already being suppressed and put down. So we want the person who's holding them to lead them to do what? That comment alone, any human being who have brain should take that comment so serious.
Yeah.
You say the Igbos, they're already enslaved. So you want the person who's like the Nigerians who are enslaving them to let them go to do what? Say the person, the slave master won't allow the slave. So, that comment, when he made that comment, I said to myself, so this is the reason why this guy had that audacity to insult any Igbo person, to say any manner of things, and people will think he's just bluffing, he's just making jokes. Because my brother, there are certain things that you tell me, there's words you say to me, not everything you tell me that I will just swallow, like kind of to say, no, when I go inside my house, I'll reason it, because that little word you just said make a lot of sense than every other word you have been saying. So do you think it's easy for them to leave the Igbos where they are already been captured and enslaved? Think it's easy for them to go?
So it's incredible, my brother.
My brother, you see, I don't blame anyone who choose money over his own freedom, and I can't change you for that. But one thing I won't take.
That is the most barbarism any man can do. We say, a while ago, I was trying to say something on what you say. Look, we wasn't born during the Biafran War. But there is something in us that is propelling this very particular movement that we are today. Because sometimes it marvels me, how do we come about this thing? Because when I was born, the history of Biafran War is no way to be found. They can't tell it. They bound it.
I was born during the war. I was born during the war. I know the story my mother told me about my survivor.
That's great.
You know, I know the story my mother told me about. My mother said that among all the women she ran with, we only 2 of us of the kids they have with that survive.
Oh my God. Just imagine that. Just imagine that. That is what somebody will look at. Then
That's somebody will look. That's someone will look at. And at the end of the time, say you prefer money than that.
Prefer, yes, my dear. Where the place I come from was where the heat of everything came. When we hear the place that these people was top. If you know the place, that is exactly where my position. There is a lot of things that happens there. If you move around there, this thing that I tell you, this spirit moves. Spirit is real. It moves. A lot of families, a lot of names was erased. A lot of people went to bunker and they sank there. A lot that my father used to show us, used to take us and tell us how they move, and they just like the story that your mom told you. Then think about it. Is this something that you will listen to? Is this something that you will feel?
You prefer material thing over it.
Compare it with the situation of the country today we are living. Is that something that you will play or toy with? Is this something that you will like to, during the time that you will be going or I will be going, you will be happy handing it over to your children to go and suffer in the same fate? Then their own children will come like that to be enslaved by foreigners, by people that come from Putajalon, by people that did not have the same faith as you have, by the people that did not behave like human beings. Oh my word, my brother. I'm tired. I don't want to get to some certain level, because sometimes it baffles my mind. The ways, especially some of us Igbos. You understand what I mean by some of us Igbos? When I talk about Igbos, I talk about the southeast and south. The people that's supposed to understand the pains, the most pains, because we have paid the highest price of this freedom so far. Is it something that somebody will look?
My brother, you know what we're just saying is like, sometimes I ask myself a question: is what kind of things do they have in their heart when they are acting towards this thing they are doing, in terms of betraying, lying, cheating? You know it deep inside your heart that you don't mean what you are doing. You understand me? And you are doing it with all your mind open and sincerity, that you know you are lying to these people, but you're trying to say, oh, because I want to get the money from them, so I'll have to keep on doing it. I don't care. And do you know, I used to say to myself one word sometimes: I wish I had the opportunity. I think most time, you take a very drastic action to solve some situation. Because you see, when you see Israel today, what is happening in Israel today, you see what they are doing. They're not. Sometimes you might look at it like they are doing it wrongly, but what they are doing, they're doing something that maybe after the ones who can do it now couldn't do it, maybe the thing they can't even do it tomorrow. You understand me? So you better you do it now, because the way Israel got their independence, got everything they have the right. My brother, they kill a lot of them people because of who are betraying the country. They chase them wherever they are. They make sure they find them and they get them down.
Yes.
Because you don't give evil person second chance in life. Because evil person is evil person. You will nothing on this earth will change that person. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I totally agree with you.
Evil person will keep on, because evil person, his plan is to have to get you down.
Yes.
And if you give that space, a little tiny space you can give, you are gone. When you're gone, you're gone. So when you find that person is evil along the road in between you and your success in life, and you know that he's doing it because he don't want you to reach there, my brother, what are you going to do? You're going to wait until because of what? Before you know, who died don't die. Oh. When you gone, you gone.
Exactly.
You gone, you gone. So what am I saying? Is just like, I think it's high time for us to start to think of, we shouldn't give room for things to keep on happening. Every day we'll be running around there. And there's one word I hate so much. Someone with them say, even one them
unu ncha na bụ ndị Biafra. Ọ bụ na mụ na gị bụ anyị ncha bụ ndị Biafra. Why would you betray? Why just like what you guys was saying before I was trying to sleep and awake about these people who never do well of IPOB Nigeria, that's DOSs. Are they really our brothers? Anybody who betrayed this very faith is never my brother. No matter
I don't give a damn who you are.
You just mentioned about the Israelites. The Israelites, they have went a lot, and there are so many things that they don't discuss. Even Finland, where PM is, when they was fighting for their independence, go and make research. And many countries that have their independence make research on how they went through with their saboteurs. You understand? Yes. I think that is what Simon Ekpa was trying to say when he said that they want us to go on a internal conflict, but we are trying to avoid it because of the situation we are at the point. But at this very particular point we are, my dear, is either you survive or you die. So we cannot gamble.
Is it not the same internal conflict? It's bring a PM where he is today. Is it not the same people?
And the same internal conflict that make
that one make him where he is not today.
Brother, is the same thing that make our people to rise up, and somebody comes and sue the Biafrans in general. Alumela. These people the Biafra. These people are never for that. They are doing the spoilage. Look at the people who sue on the podium of the declaration. You look at their body language. It tells you everything you need to know. Everything you need to know, it was there.
Evil.
My brother, in the buy okay, this rat that used to be small. So you will not know. Okamusu, or whatever you call it.
So
these people.
Okay. Yes, I'm sorry about this. Sorry about
it's okay. It's okay. You even allow us to say more things about our feeling or what we observe. You know, but you know what you're saying. You know what you're saying, my brother. It's something you must understand. Me personally, I'm not here for playing brotherhood thing of to say Afniano or Pani or Kofu Komeria or Mamio. Now lie you, bro. If you do it, if I have an opportunity to get rid of it, I get fuck off to you because I don't need it, because if you don't correct mistake that will eat you up in the future, you better cut that. If you don't cut it, because look what this guy did to Wagner headman before. When the man fucked up, he fucked him up. He made sure that this Nkaga, because that man can understand, the man can open plan B, or we cannot by now put that man up here.
Then look at the Ambazonian man when what he said on the podium of our redeclaration on 29th of
have you given Ndubeze, have you said anything here? Ndubeze.
Not yet, Mazi, but
okay, Biafran USB, you are just coming, isn't it? Biafran USB, are you there?
Yeah, Mr. Kai, bonsoir. I'm just listening.
Okay, and then again they can go on. No problem. Ole, just and
anyway, let me run up others to come in. You know, my brother, you see, this time around is not time for brotherhood or sisterhood. Who, if you block my way for me not to reach my destination, my brother, if I find opportunity to get rid of you, get my destination. That's my own opinion. Now that is where I see things to be for us to get where we are going. Because if not, these guys they have more things in stock for us in the future to destroy.
Before we go further, I think it would be nice to play this video to the end. That's so you can know what Sanabra is talking about. Because I think you have something to say. Let me
reach out to U.S. Department. I am begging you people to go and write them, because this fire where BRJ don't carry come, where Elias don't carry come, where Amen David don't carry come. The smoke too high for me. I am begging you people now.
Those of you that have the access to write to the state of either Washington, D.C., wherever that moron global is registered, I want you all to write to the Secretary of State.
Wow.
And let them know what this Elias, the danger he is constituting to the United States of Biafra.
Oh, wow.
Elias and Dabiri, they are not Biafrans. They have no business with Biafrans. They have no right to be doing what they are doing. I am the surrogate of the United States of Biafra. The power lies in me. And they're not working for me. They're not working for Biafrans. Write them and let them know the danger, this Elias and Dabiri, what they are doing, the criminality they are propagating behind the scene.
Too much.
Lemoran Global, whoever have access, write the office, call them. Let them know that these criminals will put his organization into trouble. I'm telling you, it's not about me or about the cabinet members. No. It's not about that. Yes, and Dabiri. And Biafrans, I want you all, those of you that have the access to write to the state of either Washington, D.C., wherever that moron global is registered.
That is too much.
I want you all to write to the Secretary of State.
The cry is too much.
And let them know what this Elias, the danger he is constituting to the United States of Biafra. Elias and Dabiri, they are not Biafrans. They have no business with Biafrans. They have no right to be doing what they are doing.
So
I am the surrogate of the United States of Biafra.
Why are you afraid?
The power lies in me.
Why are you afraid?
And they're not working for me. They're not working for Biafra.
Why are you afraid then?
Write them and let them know the danger, this Elias and Dabiri, what they are doing, the criminality they are propagating.
You see, the reason why I decided to play this is not because of any other thing, but for you to see how these people reason. He's here questioning, oh, why are you afraid now? Why are you afraid then? Why are you afraid? But the truth is that it's not about being afraid. You said, let's just go to a primary purpose. The reason why you're actually a brig in the first place. What are you doing? What is your primary assignment? What is your existence is for what? Biafran freedom. Now, Biafrans that you claim that you are fighting for their freedom is what you are trying to drag to the court. You want to you sue them, and you know that what you are doing is contrary to your normal, like what you are meant to do. The question is, you know that after this your lawsuit, that those who love you or who are those that are contemplating to follow you will begin now to see you looking at you with one eye. They will start distancing themselves from you. You don't care because you know that you are going nowhere. All you want to do is to tear everything apart. Do you understand? You want people now to see Dabiri as the real deal, like he is the person, he knows what he's doing. If he knows what he's doing as a group that I want to get freedom and all that, how many times have you sued Nigerian government or sued Hopos of them, or how many have you sued? I want to see the lawsuit of Briggy Fallback Republic to anybody that is responsible to what our people are going through. I think in one of my videos I made mention of this same thing about Asaro Dokobo, his recent activities in different land with his boys. The video is there. Where's the lawsuit? But this Dabiri can fight for anybody, fight anything. And being that this guy don't care anymore, you can see the way he's mocking himself. Why are you afraid then? Why are you afraid? So you that called Dabiri and hired him, which we are not, is PM, because everything that they're using is what PM actually achieved. Mention what people have done apart from what PM led or left behind. Nothing. So you are afraid when you hire the Dabiri. So you are afraid. So why are you afraid then? The issue of lawsuit and everything is a question of is a matter of time. In the court, in the law court, we are going to hear the whole thing. Let me see how possible it is for Briggy, or I don't want to say Briggy, for Fallback to claim the owner of me and you. Let us see, because that is another thing, the angle they are going to now. So my people, you can see Sona Brawa bragging about it, and it did not end here. Let's see if he has another thing to say before we move forward.
Can't you write them yourself? Why are you afraid? Why are you calling Biafrans now to come and do the writing for you?
Okay, why you coming for somebody who are calling Biafran to donate money for them to pay lobbies? Can't you pay it for yourself? You want people also to come to your fundraising. Can't you do it? Can't you do it yourself? The layers and the bill you are talking about, when PM hired them, the money is not from you. It's not from Ogekere. It's Biafran's money. Biafran's money. And like I said, I just hope and wish that DPM will have a very good lawyer. They should not just head on, like start from the genesis of the whole thing. Because Dabiri may say that the PM hired them under his other Briggy. But that Briggy and this Briggy are they the same thing? Let's continue.
Lemoran Global, whoever have access, write the office, call them. Let them know that these criminals will put his
Now so they cry hi.
Organization into trouble. I'm telling you, it's not about me or about the cabinet members. No. It's not about that. It's about the Nigerian government paying this criminal, Elias, behind the scene that Moran Globals is not aware of. He's going to put him in trouble. But
none of them have denied this. Oh, why are you afraid? Why? None of the one called Nkiru is bragging about he's using Nigeria that you cannot get away with it. All the things that you committed from 2nd of December. Very, very funny. I don't know why. I don't know who it's people. Today I realized that he's because Nkiru, they said that he's a lawyer. I did not even know that he's a lawyer in Nigeria. I thought she studied law like abroad. I don't know. What I can see from her profile is a Bachelor of Law, Namoda Azikiwe University, BL, that's Bachelor of, Abuja Law School. And then after her acquiring that certificate in Nigeria, as a lawyer or anything, Bachelor of Law, Namoda Azikiwe University, BL, Abuja Law School. Then again, we are not hearing that's her profession abroad is now child care professional, consultant. Okay, so she's not practicing the law, but she wants to use the profile law as a Nigerian lawyer to tell you how they will judge cases all over the world. But the Dabiri, who knows this law very, very well, is afraid of suing Nigeria for anything, and they love you so much. Elias, who got to know PM and Biafran through Google and decided to contact and write, all of it, and some people believe that. I don't believe that. You just wake up and search on Google and contact PM that you know you are one of them. Therefore, you can do something. Somebody must have sent you to PM. That's my belief. I'm not saying that I have evidence to that. Think about it. He just woke up and searched Google without being informed, without being called, without no link, nothing at all. All of a sudden, he just find out what Biafran means and he's interested. And I feel black. Today, the same Biafran that you search in Google is now the best. They are now performing. They are not showing their skills, on Biafrans. No longer enemies of Biafra then, because since they hired them, they have not sued anybody, not at all. Now they are suing Biafrans that have at some point paid their salary, and this one is here telling you that you are afraid. Hear it again.
Do not worry. What they do is what they project on others. Imagine the criminal Elias as answering Mazi Elias. The criminals put him as part of their they call it, that's their own brig, but the brig, the Biafra Republic government in exile, which our leader, our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa Njoku is in charge of. I am in charge of that. So the one that the criminals register, they put him there as one of their executives.
Period. Because they are struggling to twist the whole thing as if that briggy that you used to know is what they are holding now. Upon all the things that DS did to PM have never once to drag US to any court. Not at all. Even when somebody claimed that PM scammed them for no reason, when it's even in the same Europe, PM did not sue them, nothing like that. On that brig, but the same brig is now suing COS of the brig because Biafran refused to pay money to them. Nothing more. Well, you're using the property of, and you're using flag that another Biafran created. You're using Biafra, the name that it does not belong to you. You did not create it. You're using map that you are not the one that created it. Other brig. But the same you that know how to sue people, you are fighting. People are telling you publicly that the PM who's supposed to be the leader of the brigade is a terrorist. That's Dabiri and whatever global economy cannot even sue those ones. If you are in love with the PM and you claim that you are that you are, and the PM knows what he's doing, in fact, you can do anything. You are doing this. You are fighting this because of PM. What a method structure that PM gave. People are rubbing it in your face, that telling you that PM is a criminal, that PM is a terrorist, that PM is, and you have this law firm that can sue anybody globally. No, when they turn blind eyes, but because of money, that suddenly let us sue that. So PM doesn't matter anymore. You can understand the game they're playing. You can see the agenda. So these are people, like, to me, I'm not in contact with the CS, but I believe that people who have her contact need to advise her on that. Let them begin now to gather important question for Oginkere. At least Elias, his own is very, very. Let us focus on internal people, because from the time they hired the law firm, everything about them is under Briggy. And when they hired them, who was the CS of Briggy then? Biafran that they're talking about are no longer following these people, as they can see, they can testify by the fundraising. Yet they still want to sue their friends with the long list of names. Do you know why they have decided to change their fundraising? They are no longer putting Biafran Liberation Army fundraising. The same thing that mocked US before. Remember when they said that US is, oh, you said your madam said that your fund you have to hire is a humanitarian, not for Biafran, not for BLA. How many of you remember when that was the headline news? Like each time they want to, because they have used everything to blackmail US, just to push you away from supporting her, from supporting USB. They used to say that, okay, how can you say that all this thing, you are donating money to Madam Baba, and that money is for humanitarians. Definitely, you can see she's sending that money to Fulani people. They will use that money to come and buy you. Remember when they were saying that? Today, their own lawyer have informed them, look, the way you guys are put this headline, it doesn't can put you in trouble. They have changed their own headline to what they even used yesterday. the one of yesterday, I was laughing. I said, "Wow, you can't see anything different Liberation Army anymore in their fundraising." But nobody have noticed that. Everybody kept quiet about it. Let me quickly scan through my message here to know what they used yesterday as in their fundraising. Yesterday was Sonak Barawa. He called himself. Okay. 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 Just a moment. Now, yesterday fundraising. Okay, you have okay. It said Brigi fundraising for Biafran recognitions, political and diplomatic, political and diplomatic. That is the fundraising of yesterday, or the one of yesterday. Okay. The headline is this: Brig fundraising for Biafran recognitions, political and diplomatic outreach. If you are following them, you can confirm what I just said now. So everything they're doing, they're mock CS, because CS understand what is going on, and she know. I don't want to go further about it, because let it just end this way. But you can just go and confirm, check the fundraising last month, last 2 months, and now. Then you understand what that means. So let us hear from Ocean Master before we move further. Ocean Master, are you there?
Okay, yeah. Thank you, Mr. Kai. Thank you, Mazikai. This is a wonderful one again. You know, this morning I said on Humble Lion TV that I want to see their fundraising, as the mad dog in France could not talk about it from the program that Humble Lion played, because I don't watch them anymore. But it's good that this thing comes up now. And like what you said, I asked Biafrans in another forum this morning, I said, what does it mean when you hear that these people say that they are looking for Biafra? They want to give us Biafra, and they are doing everything to bring Biafra. To come up, just sleep and wake up and say that they are suing Biafrans to court. And this is the same people that before I had them say that in 1980, 1990, that they bought Maserati worth money. The couple of months ago, they said that they have properties worth billions, the ones in US and the ones in homeland. They have all those things. And today, the same people who called Biafrans Achikote Kwon, they are calling for people to come and donate money. Where is that their richness? You borrowed Biafrans money. today, why are you not borrowing Biafran's money again? At least do it for the person that you're calling your boss, your boss, your boss. When he comes out, you beat your chest and say, this is what I've done. That Biafrans did not contribute to him, but he used that his money to do that. Now, you love Biafrans so much. And Mazikai, there's things that I have not understand very well in this lawsuit issue. I am waiting to hear these are the names, because what we had from what the DPM read out was that the names that they sue, Biafrans that they sued, they took to court. Who are the people who take these Biafrans to court? Because
they said Briggy, and on behalf of Briggy, we know they said the original news was that PM sued them.
yes.
So maybe maybe, I don't know who passed the message to PM. Maybe PM have actually sent signal to them and said, "What are you guys doing?" You understand? They quickly changed it. And guess the person that the people that are reporting it first? Nigerian news media. Before Sonaparo is taking information as a minister of fallback. He's taking information from Nigerian news to pass it. Not Nigerian news taking it from Sonny.
From them, yes.
You understand? So let it be clear. Let it be clear, because they go and check their platform. They always report it with screenshot of Nigerian news.
There's a place that I'm trying to draw the mind of Biafrans. You see, if these individuals we get into this level of suing Biafrans, I will like to see the name. No matter how they cover it now, when we get to court, many things will unfold themselves, will unfold itself. Now, oh my God, there is something that's kept my mind. But however, these people did not mean well at all in any way for us. And there is something there, Mazikai, there's something that is fanning this very particular thing. But I think DPM, when I listen to the way she's saying things, I think there are things that they know deeper than we know it now. I think it will still unveil itself at the proper time. That is why I'm saying we are waiting for that court date, if that court date will come, because sometimes they may play dangerous politics by withdrawing the case.
What I think the Secretary of Information now, the new one, and the USB cabinet member, they should make contact of those people available, like that lobby firm that bring contact, and any contact they want people to reach out, they should make it public so that people will know how to write to them. Writing to them, like, it's not about what this man is saying. You are crying. You have not even you just sue people. The court case you have not gone to answer call. You have to answer the call, or you have not even, the case have not started, and you are somewhere in Kevadi, have ruled the case, how the whole thing will be, and all that. Very, very, very funny. But
it's just a mind game that is trying to play with Biafrans. Forget about this shenanigans he's doing here. DPM is talking and he's talking back. This is not the time. If the case truly comes up, I'm not a lawyer. I bet common sense will tell you something.
Yeah.
And I don't think that Dabiri himself or whoever that owned that law firm in America will like the name of that law firm to be bent or damaged the way it will go if case not taken.
The truth is that I'm not a lawyer either. I don't have, but just like you said, common sense will tell you, you can use your brain to analyze one or two things about it. But when you look at the body language and activities of Elias, my brothers and sisters, you don't have any choice to believe what you said, that someone somewhere is using that man. Now
Uh,
that's my man. I don't have any choice in
Mazikai, Mazikai, there's something that we have discussed this thing many times in other sister channels, and I've seen this thing time without number. If a man will wake up, or okay, think about now. Okay, if a man will wake up tomorrow, this is not a man that come from this continent. This is not a man that come from this race. This is not a man that come from this color. Then you just wake up and you see that you're just passing through the internet and you find a name that sounds so beautiful, so sweet to you. You call it Biafra. And you just make a research. You see one or two things. You say, oh, you fall in love. And you came in. You meet who is in charge. Then you said you want to take over. You want to be part. You want to do this. You want to do that. You have very passion. You are very passionate about that nation. And you are collecting money for the services you're giving. And all of a sudden, the same you that traveled all the way from US to Finland wasn't happy that your client that's supposed to be delivered out of where he is, or bring out of where he is on 2nd, was now delivered on 29th. And you join some people that their body language, that their furiousness was not hidden against that declaration. You join them and you begins to make some certain statement on certain statements, even as a lawyer, that you don't supposed to make. My brother, there are more to look into on that particular name, Elias.
I'm telling you.
Let it not be what we are thinking. Let it not be what Biafrans are gazing. And it is very close. But all of them,
time will tell.
All of them went out with shame, because this Biafra called, this divine mandate called Biafra, let them look at how people have tried, even when nations comes together around 1967, 69, 70s, to subdue this nation. They could not do it. And in this era that Biafrans have went nuclear, they can't stop it.
That's all.
You see, Elias, and those who allow themselves to be used, because the most painful one are the so-called Biafran people, Biafran citizens, Biafran's blood, that allow his or herself to be used against this journey. Oh my God. My brother, I will yield my mic, please. Thank you very much.
So much.
I will just listen. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, we have come to an end, to be honest with you. Let us just make our final submission. We have only 2 people in the studio here, so let's just quickly make our final submission. Let's start from Ndubeze. Are you still here, or you're engaged with something else?
Yeah, good evening, Mazi. Yes, I'm here, but it happens that I came in late, so
okay.
Pick up what I pick. But with the few videos and the recent ones you played, let's not drag it too much, because the other day, if I may say, there were some things I want to talk about the other day, but I have a voicemail that day. But yeah, ka anyị agala ebe ahụ kịta, ka m hapụ ya, alọgụrụ m late, onwe much mmekwu, ka hapụ ya. Ndewo sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So, Ole, you are back again. Can we hear from you? Ole, are you there? I think these are brother having a network problem. So, Ocean Master, just your final submission. Let's call it a day.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello, Kai.
Orika Oleo Nachiata Azu. Orika somebody.
Yeah,
Why,
Ocean
Kai?
go back. Yes,
Bro.
Ole, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, so I've been listening to what you guys say in the background, you know. Like our last brother said about this Sonic Parawas useless audio analysis of our BPM. It's like it's laughable. It's laughable.
I'm telling
You
you.
understand me? It's laughable. You know, sometimes there's one word my mother used to say to me when I was a kid. I'll say,
Yeah.
because these guys are mocking themselves, think they are mocking Biafrans. You know, so it's like you assume somebody based on what ground. I employ you. Then I find out that your job is I don't need you. So I retire you. So you want to assume me based on because I'm not the one who terminate your contract. So because the person who employ is not there, so I took position. I said I don't want to deal with you, and I terminate my contract with you. Then you're going to sue me because of that. You know, it make no sense, eh? Because the person who's acting is acting based on the person who employ you. Directive. You get my point? So she's one in position holding the mantle of the power. So whatever who she want to work with, that's the person she will work with. So, but nobody said what rules of police so it's like he can laugh, he can mock. But at the same time, what I've understand this guy have done his job and he's still doing it. Because I don't see the reason why you say to me you are fighting for something and at the same time you are laughing over the thing you are fighting for. So at the end of the day, whatever the case will start, everybody will see what will happen. You know? But at the end of the day, about something everybody got there put in mind of now, which are not mad. Highest thing I say, who are you? Who am I? This is who I am. This is who am I? So that's the thing. So my brother, keep doing your good job. People should not worry about Sonny Akparawa. An hour ago, 419. Ogusigo, an hour ago, 419. Oyori, can you help me with that song? So they have done their own job. They don't go.
Lazo, Kobo, Olusi, Onabago, 419.
Them ATM can on Nigeria, no. So yeah, maybe we enjoy. At least
Okay.
they say not who laugh, now laughed at last though. You have to go. So it's the ball is on the court. Let them play it and enjoy themselves. But I've said it. I keep on saying it. Never you give an evil person second chance in life, because that person will destroy you before you get to your destination. But I call him normal.
Thank you so much. We have fallback Republic representative in the house, but he's because you remember they are talking. You want to they said according to Sonny Akpakarawa saying that someone is afraid. What is afraid is what Eze Livinus have done. What he has done is excuse me is what is called being afraid. The link for you to come in is here, and we are based on conversation, throwing question. Out of my kindness, I will reply you this your question, not that you deserve it. He said, laugh of loud in actual gosh. Oga, you guys should stop disturbing yourselves. You all knows the truth, but you only chose to be ignorant. Now, my question to you guys is, why can't our PM introduce himself as Prime Minister of USB? And he introduced himself as what? Because your sponsor, they are saying in their own platform that he said that he's a content creator. Are you also trying to repeat what your sponsors are saying? or because you should have just make the statement to be complete according to what you are according to your write-up. For you to say that PM refused to introduce himself in the court as Prime Minister of USB, okay, that he introduced himself as what? So let me hear from you before we end the program. That PM, tell us what he introduced himself as. Because last time I checked, the person that you guys are suing Biafran on their behalf have actually told the whole world that PM said that he's not that he's a content creator. Are you saying the same thing? Let me hear from you before I go for it, because some of you think that you are sensible, but your brain is somewhere in your down your back. So I don't want to mention anybody. You know where your brain is located anyway. How can you come here and start asking this kind of question, knowing fully well that when the report issue about, because some of you are very, very senseless, when they reported PM, DOS and gang, all this gang that reported PM and file case and submit this and submit that, Biafran has not been redeclared then. Biafran has not been redeclared as of the time they captured him, right? And we are here trying to be sensible. So by the time they call PM for questioning, have you redeclared Biafran? So you expect them to start, okay, you know, I am now the Prime Minister of USB that was declared while I'm in detention. And you want to ask me, read your comment, because you started with laugh with confidence that you know what I say. And I believe that your brain will not remember the same anymore after what I just said. Laugh of laugh.
Mazikai. Mazikai,
my brother.
You have even and data all over the world. You have many foods everywhere.
Mazikai, AMNO, I don't think it is necessary to give that guy ISPO. And I don't think it's necessary to, yes, what you've done is very good, but this guy is one of the distraction.
Do you know why? Do you know why I choose to reply? This is not the first time I'm hearing this. In their own platform, I overheard them debating on this thing, and they're clapping. They're making sense. That PM, even in the court, that PM said that he's the Prime Minister of Briggy. That he said,
sorry. Yeah, sorry, I'm not trying to cut you, but look at the way you look at these people. Please, if you have watched the trend of DOS and DOSs, just watch their trend. All the sequences or all they happened. So during Mazinande Kano, during his rendition and the coming in of PM. The same exactly similar character, exactly the same character these people have. So sometimes I look at them with the eye I look at them. These guys, believe you me, okay, let me give you a good example, Mazikai. This person that you mentioned his name now, this
Eggman.
The Eggman. If this man will wake up one day, coming out from their coven or their meeting, and begins to call on Paul Achebe, Atalugo. Let me add Kerafia na Uruago Kerafia Eguatun Uruago, because these are the set of people he's calling. So
if my brother, let me just make a request. Any of you that have that video, please, I would like to listen to that video where he called for Paul Achebe for kind of for backup or something like that.
Humble Lion can send it to you.
Okay.
Yes. So if this guy can call this set of people that what they have done to this very particular liberation when we was on struggle, what they have done to see PM openly on camera, including him, that is Vam Vam Vam, who said that na Biafra Gatissima as Simon Ekpa. If we can call these names to come so that they will unite again, to fight this government. Mazikai, Biafrans, I've said it some time ago, I think this morning or yesterday, there are more to that revelation that this Bam 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 made. Because before this guy will come out to say that, meaning that they have, deliberate on that, they have discussed it in-house.
Yeah.
And he comes out to announce it. That will tell you where these people, what they are standing for, or the stuff they made up of. Look at it. Somebody who is Minister of Information, formal. Look at what he's doing on internet while DPM is talking. Even if you don't respect her as DPM or you don't see her as surrogate or this, the camp you belong to, would you come out to cajole, to make mockery of this name Biafra? Let me not call USB. Let me not call Briggy. I call Biafra. Now is Biafra. Will you come out to make yourself like this? This is somebody that is fighting, to liberate. This is somebody that is Minister of Information. This will show you where these people are coming from and where they are heading to. Look, I don't exonerate any of them. You see that this fallback group? You see this fallback group and DOSs? Don't exonerate any of them. All of them are in for one mission. Trust me, we may not understand it now. But if this Eguato Nanewi Chibuzo Eguato will come out on social media after he have made so many programs for IPOB, and they came out to say what he said, and he mentioned Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, nke anwa na-akpọ Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He didn't end there when he said that they should put him for eternity where he said they will put him. He didn't end there. He turns out to say that they will wipe out everything that may spring up tomorrow to discuss of this nonsense that he said. Everybody should think about it. It's deeper.
Thank you so much. Thank you, my brother. Let's hear from our sister Choma Ibe.
I appreciate you. May God bless you and bless your family always. Thank you. Thank you, dear friends.
See you tomorrow. And Choma Ibe, let's hear from you.
Ụmụnne m ndewonu. Ana m ekele ụmụ Biafra niile, ma ndị ọma ma ndị ọjọọ. So kai nwanne m nwoke, ana m ekele gị n'ụzọ pụrụ iche na mbọ ị na-agba. Ihe unu na-eme honestly aga m emelikwe. Unu agbalịala eziokwu jishi n'ike. So sọsọ ihe m chọrọ, ama m na ha emechi, mana egegidele m ihe m sị ka m reassure Biafrans na onwe ihe na-emenụ. Icheta ka this journey si agaga. Onye ọwụla cheta otu this our journey si agaga from the beginning, even from that 2012 ahụ. Anyị socha na ndị nọ mgbe ahụ na-awọchị otu si agaga, na-emekwe contributions otu anyị nwere ike imenwu. Contribution m na-eme m na-ekwu like I'm talking now, at least adding my own voice. So ihe m na-achọ ikwu, ihe ọbụla na-eme to the glory of God. Biafrans, just go and sleep. Leave this fight for the Lord God Almighty, who started it and who knows when it will stabilize. I didn't say when it will come because he has made it to come. So when it will actually, when it will stabilize, what I mean is we have our country right now, but there are things, you know what I mean, and then by hero because definitely Haga hapurila they must leave us. All forward the kainaga, backwards never. Backward never at all.
Never.
So ihe na-eme na ha ncha niile na ga-agbachi onwe ha egbe n'ụkwụ. It's all victory. Ma nke Nnamdi Kanu, ma nke PM, ma ihe niile, ma nke a ha na-agba onwe ha akwụkwọ. Onwe ha ka ha na-agba akwụkwọ. Onye gbara USB akwụkwọ, ma ị nọ na-ese gị wụ brigi, onwe gị ka ị na-agba akwụkwọ. Ha ncha niile ga-regret ya. Even though that yes, they present Elias, that firm, you know, no how agbaga akwụkwọ. No, onye gbaga akwụkwọ wo ele ha na akpere oge nkere. Mana no matter how they hide it, when that court starts, you know, the proceedings, then agamano will know what is going on. We'll know them. So the only thing I'm telling Biafrans, you know, do not shake, because God has already moved ahead of us. And he's the one that is preparing all these things. That miracle and Mazen Nnamdi Kanu crew that Biafra Gabia, you know, as a miracle. It has already taken place. That redeclaration is that miracle. Is that miracle, because that is the hardest point, and God has taken us through that. Imagine when that thing didn't happen, my brother, all of us will be crying foul by this time. Honestly, we will be hopeless. But God did it. What else? All these things that are happening now are expected. For me, I expect them. We don't expect this journey to be very smooth. No. It cannot be just a jolly ride. No. We'll have people that will be, you know, you are going, somebody is putting their legs so that you can fall. But we'll still stand and continue to move. And we'll get to our destination. We're already there. So Biafrans, do not get perturbed at all. Do not disturb yourself, because God is taking us through this journey, you know. So, like I said, you know what I mean? No matter what plans they have, we will be victorious. Biafrans, do not be moved. We are already victorious. That is just what I want to add to what you've been saying. Thank you, Wandemoke.
Thank you so much. Thank you. God bless you. And we have
Mazika, because when you were, I just have to say this before, because when I got just like this, our sister said, and we know that the days are coming. We are trying to be careful, and we are trying to be careful on our words. We choose somewhere to say, but very soon, as soon as the case be due, then everybody will understand. Having said that, I want to call on all Biafrans, everywhere you are in the part of the world. In the days of Mazi Simon Ekpa, all of us made him worry who he is. There was a time we campaigned on this. Anything that Mazi Simon Ekpa tweet, whether you read it or you don't read it, retweet it. Anything that he tweet, retweet it. And in the same vein, I'm calling all Biafrans, because the messages DPM puts on X or Twitter connect to many offices around the globe. As we are seeking for recognition, as we are seeking for countries to begin to talk more about Biafrans, let everybody go to DPM, Dr. Ngozi Orabeze's Twitter. If you have not subscribed, go and subscribe to her Twitter. Follow her. Retweet anytime she tweet. Click that love, retweet it. If she tweet things now, within 10 minutes, 15 minutes to 1 hour, let us see thousands of retweets on it and thousands of likes on it. it speaks volume, it carries weight. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okwu dị mma nwanne m nwoke.
Okay, go ahead. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Reverend USB, are you there? Okay, I think Ole and Reverend USB are they say they want to listen, not to comment. So my brothers and sisters, thank you so much for your time. We have come to an end of this live broadcast. And I see some of them. You know, one thing about these people is that they love to say something that will make them happy, not to say something the way it is, or they don't care about those that are following them. That's why they dish out live for fun. I just saw a post from Eunice PB celebrating that Dr. Aggie, resigned, and not only that, many other things. But this is very, very funny. From DOS to Briggy, without shame, and even your past tweets, your footsteps, how you sneak in, is visible. People can see it. It is traceable, and you don't have any shame, nothing at all. Anyway, like I said, to me, there's nothing to be afraid, because after ejiri also we got court, now they are running to court now. We will know who will now come back, normal, or those that are, because at least, like I said from day one, that one of the things that I love about this lawsuit is that we get to know the name of Obi. That is number one. No matter they see his name, I am so much interested in that, because and I want CS. I don't know who is the people that are working with CS. Should now start comparing names, not names, information about these people. When start from CRC, how they, because these are things that they introduced in PM absent, and the Dabri, who claimed that he's a lawyer, approved those things for no just reason, without the consent of their friends. See, conflict resolution committee, the activity so far, they have to discuss it. They need to also check how Ogen can become ATM, and the name they mentioned when they're trying to, in the name of swearing him in, they called him Isaiah Ayogo, aka Ogenkere. Go and watch that video. These are things that Dabri need to understand, and no matter how they twist, because they know where the main focus that we have is Ogenkere. He chose to use PM name, and a few days later, because they made the first publication on 3rd of June. Then on 7th, they changed the publication. The headline was Simon Ekpa sued Singozo Rabeze. Okay, they changed it again from Briggy sued Ngozo Rabeze and some other Biafrans. The question is, now that is the Briggy, no longer PM, no longer Simon Ekpa, fine. The Briggy you are talking about, who is now heading you people? You said Ogenkere, the fallback Republic Briggy. Now, who is this Ogenkere? What is his name? Okay, then Ogenkere, you were former finance minister of Briggy, yes? Were you called to give account of how you have spent money so far? Yes or no? When you were called, did you give account? Yes or no? How come you are now APM from nowhere? Then, because Dabri may not, because these white people, they may not have time to them that they're dealing with the blacks, It didn't matter if of them. So it doesn't matter. You just come. Let's just do it. To my own question to Dabri or Leas, we are yet to see case court case or file case of you suing any other people that is after Biafra that you claim that you care about so much. A lot is to question them, is to answer, but DPM, they know better than I do. But I hope and I pray they put their eyes on ground. Forget about Sonak Barawa. These are people that they are not involved in anything. Somebody who cannot, his own is totally is not. I don't want to talk. Sonak Barawa is just like he's doing what the only thing he can do. You understand? Nothing more. Ogen Kere, they are not choosing their word very, very carefully because they told you the USB charger. Like I said yesterday, they are not adding USB in what they're doing. Why leak all this secret to them? Why leak all this secret to them? It's not secret. There are many other things. There are many other things to discuss. Okay, now this one is they should know this one. This one is just primary. Like me, am I involved? My name is not in there. I'm not in the cabinet. But the only thing is that I'm a Biafran, and USB, the government that I know. Other government is just, to me, they are just get together. Just like when you want to do your wedding, you say, this is my committee of friends. To me, that's what they're doing. This is just like committee of friends. That's not government. If you doubt me, and USB also should try to set up a petition. Let us sign petition to prove to them the number of people that are backing USB. Forget about this buying view that they're buying. I don't want to go there. People that watch our program in the morning will understand better because I try to expose one thing about some of them that when they are live, you see 1,000 view and where the view comes from. They will tell you Biafrans are not coming back. We know we are not stupid. So my people, thank you so much. I'll see you again tomorrow. If I get quick carry, but I get quick guy was legal. See you again and God bless all of you. And thanks to go Ezen Wifey for your super chat. And may God bless you. I appreciate you. And our brother Armstrong, God bless all of you for your support and those of you that like the video and share it. God bless you and see you again tomorrow. Bye bye for now. Good night all. Bye bye.